new band to get to be on a big tour, and now you're about to turn around and do the same thing because it's your headlining tour, and you're having Teenage Wrist, I believe, is going to be on tour with you. I love those dudes. They've been through St. Louis. Did you have a hand in picking them?
Yes, we did. It's Teenage Wrist and Dead Poet Society.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, two really, really great bands. We knew we had Dead Poet Society for a while. They're just like, those guys are our buddies, and we always want to take them out. And they're such a good band. They just deserve an audience. Yeah. It's like a tragedy for them not to be playing in front of an audience. So we're like, well, we can help with that. And we just discovered Teenage Wrist. A bunch of people were like submitted to our tour, and I just fell in love with their songs.
I also think you guys are going to have a good vibe connection as well, which I think is really important. New record coming out. At this point, everything's done for you, right? Except for just enjoying it once it drops on Friday, the 24th, right?
There will be no enjoyment.
There's just nothing but stress and worry.
It's going to be all stress and work. I don't even know that I'm going to have time to look at social media, which is probably a good thing. I don't need to look.
Where have you been? You have been a little bit absent from the social world. You are one of my favorite social media stars as far as the rock and roll world goes.
Oh,
you
you
always let us in on the process. I mean, you let us watch you create the lighting setups for some of your shows, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But you've been taking a break. Tell me about it.
No, I'm doing so much of the actual thing that I don't have time. I don't even think to like, I should let our fan base know that this is what I'm doing.
You're going to need to hire somebody to do that for you, I think.
But then nobody would like that, though.
I mean...
Well, you want to do it?
I mean...
You want to come on?
Hey! Good morning, everybody. Hello. I am ready to take this day on. I'm ready for it.
Nice.
Good for you.
I woke up this morning, a little pep in my step. I don't know why.
I know why.
I don't know why.
Are you sleeping in your bedroom?
No, not yet.
You're still in the basement?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm in the basement, and even nobody's home.
I know, I don't know if you're ever coming out of that
I don't think so.
cave, that man cave.
Liking it that much, huh?
Well, we're supposed to move back into our bedroom Friday.
Okay.
After all that bathroom construction, there's a lot of dust in the air, and there's basically dust is coating the entire house. We're getting the carpets cleaned today. They're cleaning out the air ducts today. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a whole thing, But I'm loving my basement apartment, honestly.
That sounds cool.
I got a micro fridge down there.
Ooh.
What's it stocked with?
With 6 packs of
barbecue sauce.
Soda.
It's all barbecue sauce and ranch dressing.
Hell yeah. Just in case.
You never know.
You never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen. I ate over the sink last night again.
No way. Dude.
I love it.
Now it's a habit. Now it's not an experiment.
I thought of you yesterday, too, because I was eating a lemon poppy seed muffin I made over the sink. And I'm like, oh, man, this is a thing. And all the crumbs just went down the drain, It was great.
I ordered a sauce on the side last night.
What kind of calzone did you get?
I got the special, the Blarney Stone.
Oh, yeah.
And I cut it in half, and I was eating over the sink.
No way. It's amazing. Dude, we're like,
oh, man.
You know how like we're.
And it even comes in a box.
I know.
It's got its own. It's got its own thing.
Yeah, its own apartment.
Like shortly after birth and just before death, we're in diapers and there's like the reversal. This is the beginning of the reversal. You're in the college phase. Like, you're back to college.
Yeah.
Speaking of diapers, not to divert this over the sink conversation, but I just need to express what happens to me as a female on this show. I got a DM yesterday from a listener who is one of these guys who is in a diaper, in a man diaper, and is one of these people that wants to be a baby, like has the baby fetish.
Has the baby fetish, yeah.
And so he was like, I just need you to know, like this is all the DM said, I just need you to know that I'm a baby. And I just immediately blocked and delete. I just couldn't deal with that on a Tuesday.
Blocked and deleted before you showed us?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You couldn't see anything. It was just that's all. All you could see in the profile. It was okay. Here's what it looked like: a big old turkey man leg in a big old diaper that was probably full,
that's
dude.
That's not doing it any justice.
I'll find it again.
I
need to see
it was
this.
a hairy ass thigh. It was really something.
Are you sure it wasn't like a spam?
Oh no, this is a person that is like, and his account is private, and so I couldn't see what else is going on.
Mommy and Daddy won't let him have a public account.
Well, and so he wanted acknowledgement, and so I just want to tell him, I know you're a baby, and I just would rather not be bothered.
Baby, please. Speak
I know. Who's the little baby? Who's my little man-child baby that listens to the show?
I don't want you contacting me anymore.
I don't want to change anything, okay? I don't want to know, and I'm fine with. I'm not trying to.
Who needs a diaper change?
Who needs a diaper change on the radio? Yeah.
Peekaboo.
I was like, oh man, I don't want to kink shame, but this is just too much for me on a Tuesday. I can't deal with this. Had to block.
Oh, block and report?
No report. Just
Okay,
get
good.
the hell away from me.
The opposite of peekaboo. Bye.
It's funny how he chose you.
I know. I agree.
If he just wanted the show to know, it almost seems as if his intent wasn't authentic.
I want to know what his end game is.
Yeah.
I don't.
Does he want you to be his mommy?
That's what I was thinking. Like, is that the baby people, like, like the big grown up adult baby people that want to be changed and stuff? Like, is that all it is? I don't know.
What's the fetish? Like, what is the...
Like soiling themselves.
What's the role play part of it?
Getting cleaned, getting a new diaper on.
Having a parental figure.
I guess.
Do all that stuff. Like they're helpless as if they're a baby.
Right.
They're fed, they're changed, they're washed.
Yeah, they're taken care of.
Who's a good baby? Oh.
The baby powder.
Oh.
On his big man ass.
Oh. You're a hairy baby.
Who's a hairy baby?
You say that again, it feels good. I think
Who's a hairy baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paraphilic infantilism. Also known, paraphilic infantilism, also known as adult baby, or AB for short.
Uh-huh.
Baby.
Is a form of age play that involves role-playing a regression to an infant-like state. Like other forms of adult play, depending on the context and desires of the people involved, paraphilic infantilism may be expressed as a non-sexual fetish, kink, or simply as a comforting platonic activity.
Yeah.
People who practice adult baby play are often colloquially referred to by themselves and others as adult babies or ABs. Behaviors vary. Cuddling with stuffed animals to drinking from a bottle or sucking on a pacifier.
Their favorite band? Goo Goo Dolls.
You took it right to the sexual thing, didn't you?
No,
He could be looking for a mommy.
I don't want to be a mom. I chose not to have children. So don't come to me, dude. Like everybody, I mean, besides Scott, which I believe you want children. Everybody else on the show would probably change your diaper, dude. I don't even want to have kids.
You skip the worst phase, the infant phase, and go right to adult.
Anyway.
No? Oh, I want to see this person so bad.
I don't know how to unblock, but...
All right, don't unblock.
No, I'm going to. I'm going to take the rest of the show to figure it out.
That's fine.
It's one button.
Oh, man, interesting.
Anyway, that was my Tuesday, so pretty cool stuff.
Listen, I haven't regressed that far back.
What was the actual, I would just need you to know I'm a baby?
Yeah, it was a couple of messages. One that I deleted first. I was like, I'm not going to read it. And then he came back and he was like, I just really need you to know that I'm a baby. I go, fine. In my head, I'm like, okay.
I get it.
Goodbye.
You're a baby.
Well, babies can't text, so.
That's an interesting one.
Here we go.
This baby can. This baby can. He's
I think he's. Oh.
They say it's based
advanced.
on. They say it's based on the desire to be cared for or to, quote, surrender the responsibilities of adult life.
Wait, let me read the profile. Send that back over here.
So the followers and everything are gone because I've blocked. But that's essentially, and it seems that
looks like that diaper is loaded.
That's what I mean. I don't want to change your big man
That
diaper.
is a loaded diaper.
That's a huge diaper, dude. Like Donald Duck butt.
A little wee wee and caca in there.
Oh god.
Oh no.
And what a leg, right? Like that's a damn man
That's a man leg.
Can I see the profile again? I was trying to read the.
I can't. I got to see this in a second.
Come on in, Scott.
Yeah, come in here. Get your little face in here.
Yes, it's me in my diapers.
He's 27.
Aries sign.
Oh, an Aries.
happy
Okay.
birthday to you.
27. Don't report, just block. Not safe for work.
Oh, so this man has been.
And I'm NMIK 18 plus.
So I did what he wanted. I just blocked. I didn't report.
Well,
I don't think he's
report,
hurting
just
anyone. I
block.
think he's just a baby.
What does that mean? What is what are all the codes?
I don't know what the NMI. What's the second one say? NMIW. Not safe for work is NSFW.
NMIK.
NMIK.
Not meant.
I know.
I know.
Oh,
Not meant. I know.
no minors in kink.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
All right, so he's doing
I said
all right.
18
That's
plus
good. Yeah, 18
after.
plus.
Okay.
He is an Aries. I didn't even notice that. Right?
Well,
So
that changes everything.
Unblock.
Do I need to follow this guy?
I think you do.
These are my people.
I think you do.
My Aries king.
Well, I do want to start off with some sad news. And Learn wanted me to talk about this.
It is sad.
Listen, I don't want to upset people. But the beloved foster dad Eagle Murphy, who incubated a rock, is dead.
Guys, this was devastating to read yesterday.
What did you say?
The bald eagle Murphy.
Said, beloved foster dad Eagle Murphy, who incubated a rock, dead after storm.
Remember this?
Is this the one that was on the camera?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
At the World Bird Sanctuary.
Yeah, here. It's St. Louis's own
this
Murphy.
one. Oh.
Millions of people
St. Louis's own Murphy.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
This guy.
I've seen him before.
Yes. And he was beloved. He went international.
International. Well,
and, yeah, go ahead.
He had lived a good life. Like, he outlived
The span of...
the span of what a bald eagle...
25. He was 33.
He was 33.
33.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
They took great care of him.
That's a good number.
This is according to STLtoday.com. Murphy, the bald eagle who melted hearts all over the world, was found dead after heavy storms and tornadoes hit the region Friday night.
Oh, my goodness. He died in the storms?
Yes.
And they think he hit his head because the rest of the bald eagles that he was with all survived. And they've all, they did a real lengthy press release of this, which I really appreciated, the World Bird Sanctuary, where they said, Murphy has weathered tons of storms in the past. They have shelters in their, they're in aviaries. In their aviaries, they have shelters so they can go. And so they believe that Murphy just hit his head or something fell on him, I guess.
They said the aviary didn't sustain any damage.
Right.
So here's what they say. So Murphy gained international fame back in 2023 when he tried to hatch a small egg-sized rock at the World Bird Sanctuary and to defend it from other eagles as if it were a real egg. Around the same time, an eaglet was found in a fallen nest near Modoc, Illinois. It was taken to the sanctuary where the keepers swapped it out for the rock.
So cute.
In Murphy's mind, the egg had hatched.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
And he began feeding the baby and teaching him how to become an adult eagle.
It's so cute.
Though he was officially known as Eaglet 23-126,
Pretty name.
Eaglet widely became known, of course, as
Junior.
Rocky.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I meant.
In July of 2023, Rocky was successfully released into the wild. Murphy was found Saturday morning when the staff at the sanctuary went to check on the animals after the severe storms the night before. He was found dead of a head injury of an apparently natural but unknown cause.
I'm so sorry to do this.
Okay.
But do they suspect foul play?
Hey.
Why don't you just show yourself out?
I feel great
That's
and
great.
terrible all about it, like all at the same time. Come on,
It
guys.
is way too early for all that.
Come on.
Is fowl only chicken, though?
Oh, I thought it was birds.
I don't know.
I thought it was
I don't
across
It's
the
a
board.
bird of prey.
I
Oh,
don't
come
know.
on. You made the
national
connection.
treasure.
You got me.
I did. Was it? Leave that. Why are you mowing Scott's lawn?
Because he had plenty of opportunity. 5 minutes has gone by.
You're right. The other birds in the aviary are not hurt. The aviary itself did not sustain any damage. The sanctuary said Murphy was 33. Most bald eagles live to be 20 to 25.
20 to 25 in captivity, or that's how even,
just said
even
20
in
to
the
25.
wild. Hey, is anybody else learning that for the first time? Holy
Yeah.
crap, a quarter century for a bird? That's wild.
That's good, right?
Well,
Well, parrots live forever, right?
Like
Well,
80.
yeah, but that's like a crazy anomaly. They're like,
Yeah.
Is the parrot the comedian of the birds?
not if you live
No,
with
the
one.
cockatoo is.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Back to you.
Yeah, everybody I know that's lived with a parrot.
Regrets it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winds up regretting
At
it.
least their
Funny
neighbors
about
punching
it,
it.
dude.
They're so loud and so
Mean.
yeah, they're pretty
Yeah, that's right.
interesting.
You knew a friend who had a.
You just went to the Ren Fair and had a bad experience with a parrot.
No. I dated a girl with an African gray parrot, and they're the devil.
Oh, okay. I see.
I've lived with a parrot. Not cool.
What did it say to
angry.
you?
Said all kinds of things to me. First, it starts out cute. It seems fun at first because it's like, woo, woo, woo. Would watch Cops all day. So it'd be like, bad boys, what you gonna do? And
you're like,
and
oh
I'm
my
like,
God,
that's cool as hell.
so cool.
And it would make the siren noise like, woo, 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 woo. Pull over, car 14. And then it was like, okay, that's very cute. And then its more sinister side would come out. And I wasn't happy.
What do you mean?
Well, his cage was by the bathroom, so I would sneak off when we first started dating and like pee in the middle of the night when I'd sleep over. Let a couple little toots out, little fart, and then next thing I know, the birds like would be in the room with me and be
Rafe is farting.
No,
Rafe
it would imitate it. It'd be like. It would imitate like pee hitting the toilet, be like,
stinky guy, stinky guy.
And I'd be like, oh, okay, you want to play me like that, huh, homeboy?
Oh.
That's fine. Try to bite me, try to claw you.
Well, you're dating his girl.
He did it with everyone, even her.
Oh, damn.
He was just a mean animal. I'm just telling you, they're the devil, dude. Look in those little gremlin eyes. There's nothing in there.
Those beady
They're just
little
black eyes.
Black eyes.
There ain't nothing in there, dude.
I'd love to put a parrot on my
The sanctuary
hand.
in a statement said his resilient spirit and dedication as a foster dad touched the hearts of millions of people. Millions of people throughout the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Leaving an especially profound impact on those fortunate enough to have worked with him. On March 7th, the sanctuary announced that another of its popular bald eagles, Liberty, had died. Liberty was an educational ambassador for the sanctuary, appearing at many events and on national television shows. Murphy 33, Liberty 34.
Holy
Dang.
smokes!
They did good.
Oh, they pulled a notebook.
Our hearts go out to those at the bird sanctuary.
Thank you.
And we're sure the flu is not involved.
How dare you?
Yeah, let's not politicize this.
What?
Don't bring that into it.
Well,
What do
it's
you mean?
another
I don't know.
good joke.
Has anybody talked about the bird flu recently? Or as they would refer to it as the flu.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The flown.
My,
Hey, why was he there to begin with?
why was Murphy there?
Yeah, busted up wing.
Yeah, he
I don't have that answer.
Well, he sat on a rock, so I'm guessing.
Mental issues.
Yeah, I'm guessing he wasn't the brightest
Yeah,
wild eagle.
fine.
say Murphy's not the brightest.
I think that maybe they were just like, well, we're just going to let Murphy stay here.
I loved him.
Murphy, you've got a home with us.
Yeah.
Forever.
From the texter, my cousin got her pinky finger bitten off by an African gray.
Okay,
Yeah.
we don't need to talk about that
See?
right now, okay?
That was the meanest effing animal I've ever seen in my life.
100%, dude.
What?
Thank you for having my back. And they live forever. They're hateful little gremlins with wings.
I just remember the macaws that my brother's friend had. You could hear a block away. You could hear these things screaming. It's just all
Yeah, they're loud.
just so I just don't get it. I mean, I think it's awesome. You go to Disney World, there's like 50 of them that fly over you for the whole
Yeah, then
thing.
you
You're like,
leave.
this is the coolest thing ever. See you later.
Yeah, and then you could leave and let somebody else take care of it.
Right.
Birds are so cute. And they're
well,
dinosaurs. It's so cool.
My son gets terrible allergies this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Like my son will walk into a room, and we're getting into the pollen season. Can anybody feel it already?
No.
Does anybody get allergies bad?
Not really.
Always.
Like
Yes.
I take allergy meds almost every day.
It's a newer thing to me.
But my son, it's awful. He can't breathe. He's good to be on all sorts of meds.
Oh, my daughter looked like when she was younger, especially something we couldn't figure out what it was because it wasn't food. It wasn't like you had something different, and her face would swell up where she couldn't see. Like her eyes, her whole face, and her eyes would close and just get almost like she got hit with a log or something. And we took her to one of those, they do a blood test and a bunch of other stuff. She was like crazy, highly allergic to birch and a whole bunch of other things and pitted fruits. If she has any sort of pitted fruit, it makes her, tingle and swell up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's slowly grown out of it, and I feel like I've slowly grown into allergies.
It's bad. Like he'll walk into a room and you're like, ooh, God. Like he's got to be on an inhaler.
Oh, my
so
God.
we really want to nip it. Well, we took him for allergy shots a couple of years ago. Then he got an allergic reaction to one of those.
Oh, and this is pollen?
Well,
the
we took him
usual-
for an allergy test and we got the results back yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like took him for like a real in-depth one. He's had one before. A couple of years ago. We took him for a new one.
It's amazing how it changes, right?
Yeah. And, he's allergic to basically every tree, every kind of grass. But the number one thing he's allergic to, cats.
Oh,
dang.
boy.
They're like, man, this boy is highly allergic to cats.
You're very allergic to cats.
I'm not as much as him. I'm like, well, that seals it. We're never getting a cat.
Yeah.
Good news.
Is it
No
true that
cats
if you
ever.
get a kitten, You can get used to the.
I don't know.
Dander.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
listen, we're dog people.
My daughter's allergic to cats as well. So if we go up to there's a pet store and they have like a couple from the shelter that are always there, and I'm a magnet. I go straight over there and I'm all like, oh, we can adopt you, and I make friends with all of them. And my daughter's like, I got to get out of here. Like even just being near that in a big giant warehouse store, she'll start to feel it.
Yeah, they use the word highly allergic. Like this was the number one with a bullet. Highly allergic. Cats.
Bummer, dude. Your
Not a
neighbors
bummer to me.
your neighbors have cats?
No,
Just
there's only
friends?
one cat in the neighborhood. That stupid orange cat that roams.
Oh, yes.
You're
The
not
one
gonna
that
have,
winds up in my garage.
yeah, well, I'll say you won't have any issues with him.
No, it's fine.
The
but-
orange ones are adventurers.
No, we're dog people, and we have 2 dogs at home. All of us except for Lauren have dogs. She's a cat
I've had
lady.
dogs before.
Yeah,
I
but not
love them.
currently.
I would love to have a dog right now. There was I had a listener reach out that was like, have a litter of pug puppies. And I'm like, don't do this to me.
Why'd you say no?
Willow was having his issues, and I just don't want to stress my cats out more.
Oh.
So it was like the worst.
Well, the people have spoken when it comes to America's favorite dogs. So the American Kennel Club, they put out their list every year of America's favorite dog breed. Mm-hmm. And the American Kennel Club is the world's biggest purebred dog registry. So they put out their list of the most popular dog breeds. And this list is based on the number of dogs registered. So it's pretty accurate. The number of dogs registered. And who took the top spot?
Show me Labrador.
Labrador. The Labrador Retriever
Yes.
is the number 2 most popular dog.
Show me golden retriever.
Now, I will tell you this. The most popular dog this year has been the most popular dog this is the 3rd year in a row. The Lab was the most popular dog breed for 31 years in a row until this one took over 3 years ago. So you said golden retriever.
I did.
That's number 3.
Ooh.
Dang.
Is this a hybrid dog?
There's no hybrids.
This is a pug?
These are purebreds.
Oh, I would love it if it's pug.
A
but
pug was number 38.
Oh. French bulldog.
The French bulldog is number 1.
Wow.
French bulldog, congratulations for the 3rd year in a row, the most popular dog breed in America.
Dude, and I get it. They're so cool and whatever, but wasn't there a whole thing about trying to get rid of that breed because they're so unhealthy?
French.
Yeah, the
It's so
bractal.
bad. Yeah, it's so
They
bad.
smoke
for
some-
Well,
Smash
and,
nose.
and the American Kennel Club says expect the French bulldog to be the most popular dog for the foreseeable future.
Because they're so
Really?
damn cute.
I thought they're so expensive.
In a press release, they said the playful and adaptable French bulldog's popularity shows no signs of slowing.
What about the Boston Terrier, which I feel is the Timu French bulldog? And I love a Boston Terrier. Don't even get me wrong. They are so damn cute. They look just like Frenchies, only
The Boston Terrier is number 23.
Like a pug and a Frenchie mixed, and,
Yes.
and then shot with an ADHD cannon.
absolutely.
Can you guys name the top 10? Top 10 most popular dog breeds.
Chihuahua.
The Chihuahua is number 27. I got the top 50.
Show me
Dachshund.
German Shepherd. My daughter
you
has
said-
2.
You said Dachshund? Number 6.
Very good.
German Shepherd, number 4.
Australian Shepherd, number 5.
Australian Shepherd, number 12.
Tell you what, man, I'm an advocate for the English Setter, and I know they're not popular, but they will be.
No.
Poodle.
Then it would be in top 50.
English Setter is not in the top 50. You said Poodle's number 5? Woo, look at you guys.
Poodle number 5.
Yeah.
What are we
French
missing?
Bulldog, Lab, Golden Retriever, German Shepherd, Poodle, Dachshund. You're missing 7, 8, 9, 10.
Border
You only
Collie.
get some bird. Get rid of those poodles. Get some bird dogs.
You said Border Collie is number 30. Border Collie's Lassie, right?
Okay.
I had a friend who had a Border Collie.
They're going to have a
Cool-looking
comeback.
dog. That's a
Cool-looking.
cool-looking dog.
But they
Those
can-
dogs look like Paul Hogan. If
They can
Paul
be
Hogan
kind of
was a dog.
strange. They can be kind of weird. I've known a few of them.
Border Collie?
Finicky.
Yeah.
Right, that's Lassie, right?
Yeah.
Lassie was a
Yeah,
Border
yeah,
Collie?
In defense of the Boston Terrier, I think it's cuter than doing a little dive over here.
Oh, yeah. You looking at Boston's right now?
They're cuter than the
So
French
damn
Bulldogs,
cute.
I
Have we
think.
said Beagle yet?
Beagle's
Really
number
gassy.
7.
we got a
Really?
Boston. We got a Boston in the family. And they're goofballs.
Beagle's number 7, and my dog is part Beagle, and
Oh, beagles. The only problem is they're so
They
cool.
don't shut up.
But they're so vocal, dude. You got to want a dog to be whining and
Like
crying
my
and
dog
barking
looks
about
like
everything.
will look like it's talking to me.
Yeah.
'Cause she'll like I can't understand you.
The babbling beagle.
8, 9, 10, go.
Bichon Frise.
Bichon is number 46.
Did we say boxer yet?
Oh, yeah.
Boxer.
Boxers got really popular.
Those are huge. And
The boxer's number 17.
English bulldog.
more than that.
English. Is that your straight up bulldog? That's number 9.
Okay.
That's your like straight up.
What about, I don't know if there's a difference, Pomeranian.
Oh, I love it.
Pomeranian's number 22.
Hey, by the way, a border collie is not Lassie.
What was Lassie?
Lassie's just a collie.
Yeah,
Border
it's-
collie is a British herding dog that's kind of similar to the
Australian.
to the shepherds.
Oh,
There's also
okay.
a little one called a
Okay.
Sheltie.
Oh, so Lassie's straight up collie.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool looking
anytime you
dog.
basically see Scott's dog, but in a black and white form,
It's like a mix of that
It's a border
with
collie.
Australian.
My aunt had Shelties, which are like miniature.
Oh, yeah, those are cute.
They look like Lassie, but they're like half the
Yes.
size.
That's
Those were
cool.
popular for a long time.
And they always find kids
Cocker
stuck
Spaniel.
in wells.
That's right.
Cocker Spaniel. Let me see here. Cocker Spaniel.
The African gray parrot of dogs.
English Cocker Spaniel, number 36.
Show me corgi.
yeah, corgis got real popular, right? It was
That's the Queen's dogs, right? The Corgi.
Little Ottomans.
I had a friend growing up, and I had never seen corgis. And I had a friend growing up, and his mother had like 4 of them, and they were just the weirdest. I mean, it looked like a dog that got shrunk into a squishmallow or
But
something.
big head.
The Corgi.
Right, it looked like a normal sized dog that somehow just got stunted, like hard.
They're nice though.
The Corgi's number 15.
Have
They-
anyone
they
have
were
you met
really
any of
cute.
the? Oh, go ahead.
Shih Tzu.
Number 20.
That's as close as you'll get to ever cursing.
Have we already went through all the guard dogs? Have we said Rottweiler?
Rottweiler's number 8.
What about the terriers? Like all the fox
Pit bull.
terriers, the Jack Russells.
Is Pit Bull pure breed?
I think so. Or American Pit.
None of the
Ooh.
top
The
10.
armpit.
Rennie
None
Knott
of
and
the
his
top 50.
Basset Hounds. If you and by the way, if you do not follow Rennie Knott's Basset Hounds on Instagram, you are
Basset Hound's number 34. All right,
Severely
number
missing out.
10 is the German short-haired pointer,
Oh yeah,
never
dude, those
guessed
are
that.
huge.
which
That's what,
I never would have guessed that.
that's what my in-laws have. The
But
GSPs is beautiful.
The biggest mover on the list this year, moved up to number 14, is the Cane Corso.
Those are huge.
Which
aren't they?
those things are, holy cow. You run into one of those things,
I thought it was cane corso. I just learned something. This is the one that has like a, when they show like the weightlifting dog that has some mutation where it has all the muscles.
yeah.
It's one of these.
Like you try to break into a house and you encounter one of those.
it's like
they just have a head.
Giant head.
They have a giant head that looks like death. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude.
Have you ever seen the what is it, Chamber of Secrets? And they have the 3-headed dog. It's basically a cane.
Yeah, it's like a
what'd you say?
mastiff, right?
Cane corso.
Cane Corso, yeah.
Cane corso head.
It's Italian.
I looked up an article on it, and it says if a Frenchie is sometimes described as a clown in the cloak of a philosopher, so I guess that's your comedian dog.
there we go.
A cane Corso is a protector with no use for a cloak.
Yeah, look at his face. I mean, this is a dog with no humor,
No.
but they do look like they could be playful and goofy.
Apparently, they're very trainable.
Look at this thing, dude.
Wow,
I mean,
that's intimidating.
that's a beefy monster. I'm not fooling with one of those.
No way.
And I don't know Italian, so I'm definitely not.
Look at his posture, even. He's just like, I'll kill you.
All it needs is like a couple gold chains. Like you could see this thing in a
He's got a gold
tracksuit.
chain. He's got a gold chain, dude. Look, he's got it. They dress this one right.
Gangster as hell.
It's an Italian. It's an
That
Italian
dog's
dog.
playing dominoes.
It's so funny.
You could put him in a velour tracksuit and give him a gold chain.
He is a velour tracksuit. He's in it. It's his fur.
That is awesome.
That's the best.
You need
looking
one of those dogs.
Yeah, you do.
That dog Slav squats instead of sits.
And it's got resting bitch face.
It does, man. He looks so cool.
So the Cane Corso was a big mover, and they said it's been quietly climbing the charts. That dog, you better train the hell out of that thing, because if you got a bad owner and that thing is mean,
So what's its normal disposition? What's its natural disposition?
I mean, it says a protector with no use for a cloak. So that gives me the idea that it's pretty one-track mind. I'm here to defend.
One track mind, one track suit.
It is a Mastiff breed. It's used to protect livestock. Okay.
I bet the puppy version of that, their paws are huge.
Protecting livestock. So, like, it's protecting a flock of sheep. A wolf walks up and it goes, hey, hey,
what are you doing here?
Hey,
I'm working here.
Hey.
Don't even think about it.
hey, oh,
How's your mother?
hey.
It's a large dog of molossoid type. I mean, that's not even.
No, yeah.
It's not even attractive.
The number 50 dog was a Whippet. Then you got your Huskies, your Siberian Husky at number 26. Just a couple notables here. The Collie was 39. The Mastiff was number 40. Somebody mentioned the Mastiff. That's from the Harry Potter movies.
Mm-hmm. How about a Chow? Did we get those on there?
Chow? Don't see it on the top.
Those used to be around a lot. Now
Dalmatian, number 48. The Great Dane, 21. The Yorkshire Terrier, number 11. My buddy had a Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Oh, my buddy does too.
Rad.
It's like a pit bull.
It's a lion hunter.
Those are cool dogs.
They're bred to hunt lions, dude.
They are?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Hunt
Those dogs
lions?
They're not very big.
strong, dude.
It was like red. It was like a red short-haired.
I mean, I know they're strong, but they're not half the size of one of them Cane Corsos.
I don't know. Those things are supposed to be. I mean, I don't think they're.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the Cane Corso,
Pretty big,
it says,
dude.
in order to even qualify for registration, dogs must show tranquility in the presence of inoffensive strangers, indifference to gunfire, and aggressive defense of the owner against an attacker. So even to get registered, it has to want to kill somebody to protect you.
Leave the gun, take the cannolis. That's what that dog is. Dogs that have risen in popularity from year to year: the Staffordshire Bull Terrier, the Chinese Crested,
Oh, the ugly ones.
the American Eskimo Dog, and the German Pinscher have seen rank increases.
Remember the Pinscher almost disappeared. Remember that? Like that was the villainized 80s dog, and they kind of.
The German Pinscher? Which one is that?
Oh, I thought it was.
Was it
I
a
thought we were talking
Doberman?
about Dobermans. My bad.
Is it a tiny one?
I had a miniature Pinscher, and they're just terriers meant to look like Dobermans, and they're
The Doberman's number 16 on the list this year.
that's what
German
I'm saying.
Pinscher
They've
looks
made a
like a
comeback.
Doberman, kind of.
Yeah, 20 years ago, Dobermans were almost gone.
It was like either the extremely poor or extremely rich had it. No in between.
Our neighborhood had one man. His name was BB, and
Be with the dog.
and it was the threat of all bullies. Like, oh yeah, you keep messing with us, I'm going to throw you over the fence with BB. Put a hot dog in your pants, make you run through BB's yard. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Ooh.
Because he was vicious looking. I mean, it looked like, like a guard dog for a salvage yard.
You ever, as a kid, hop a fence and there was a dog in the backyard?
Yeah.
Accidentally?
Yeah, but
And not knowing?
Yeah, like the Sandlot.
That's happened? Yeah, like Sandlot style. Like not knowing the dog was there?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
we were fence hoppers.
us too, man.
We would run through backyards.
That's how our neighborhood was built. It was all like the low chain link fence, and you get a little run and get a little hop on, and then keep moving just in case something comes shooting out of a door. Kevin almost lost a hand to BB.
Reading about Rhodesian Ridgebacks, and it says they were used to hunt lions, boars, and other big game, as well as to clear farmlands of wild pigs and baboons, and they can kill baboons independently of human collaboration.
Oh, my.
Whoa.
Ferocious guard dogs, South African in nature. Those things are
Somebody
made
said
for
a pit bull.
destruction.
Two things. Pit bull is a bull terrier, and somebody else said a Staffordshire Terrier. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Also, remember in the Snoop video for What's My Name, whenever he's a Doberman Pinscher, every time I see those dogs, I just
You
automatically
think of Snoop Dogg? Well, speaking of running through backyards, today is National Backyard Day. So happy National Backyard Day, everybody. If you needed proof they're better than front yards, only one of them has their own holiday, okay? So whether you're barbecuing or just hanging out, what's your go-to game that you like to play in the backyard?
Bags.
Somebody said somebody put out a ranking of the 10 best backyard games of all time based on fun, accessibility, and overall popularity. And you want to see if you agree with this?
Okay.
So the most popular backyard games of all time. What do you think number one is?
Washers.
Washers? No.
Oh,
All time?
Washers is only a St. Louis thing.
Oh, like bags, though.
what?
Cornhole,
Washers?
bags, washers.
Specifically the game Washers.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of before I moved here.
Really?
It's Midwest for sure.
It is?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's everywhere.
Never heard of Washers before moving to St. Louis.
I didn't know
I think
that.
it's.
I think Washers is Midwest, Missouri, this region specific.
No kidding.
I think I know the number one. It's
What
got
is
to be wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball was number 3.
Oh, nice.
Wiffle ball, as far as the best backyard games of all time, wiffle ball number 3.
Catch?
A guy in Connecticut made backyard baseball possible when he came up with it with wiffle ball back in 1953. No, catch didn't make it, which is a shame.
What about dirt? Dirt court basketball.
In a regular backyard?
Yeah, man. Everyone I knew had a basketball goal, but not concrete. They didn't have
No.
driveways, so just played on the dirt in the backyard.
No, number 1 is obvious.
Football.
No.
Horseshoes.
Oh, two-hand touch. Two-hand touch
Okay.
was number 4.
Frisbee.
Tag.
Would you say horseshoe?
Yeah, horseshoes.
Horseshoes number 6.
Water balloon fight.
No.
Frisbee's a good idea.
Trampoline.
No.
Kickball?
Kickball is number 5.
Tag.
Tag didn't make the top 10.
Hide and seek.
No, didn't make the top 10.
BB gun fights.
No. Cornhole was number 1.
That's
I
bags.
said
Yeah,
cornhole. I was saying bags, cornhole, washers. It's all the damn same.
It's the kind of go-to game now, cornhole.
Now
right?
it is, yeah.
Learn, why didn't you get that?
Cincinnati gets credit for coming up with the modern version in the 1960s, but somebody also patented a similar game with square holes way back in 1883. No, I heard you say it, but it wasn't part of the official list when you said it.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
Bocce was number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Bocce's holding on for 2, huh?
It's good for multiple people. You can play it anywhere. You don't need a legit bocce court
Bocce
or even a nice patch of grass, just open space.
What are you, in Florence? Nobody around here knows what bocce ball is, these kids.
These are the biggest backyard games of all time.
Oh, okay.
Of all time.
All right. I was like, I didn't know what bocce ball was till I saw it in action
In
in Europe.
On the hill.
No, I mean, yeah, if you grew up around the hill, I'm sure you know what it is. But like,
Badminton's number 7. Not as popular as it used to be, but it's a little annoying to set up and take down the net. And nobody's good at it.
nobody's good at it. That's
It
something
sucks.
when you
Badminton sucks.
when you watch people doing it and they're good at it, it looks like so much fun.
Yeah.
And then you give it a go, and you and your homies or your family just like screw it up, and it becomes so frustrating you don't do it.
It's like,
but it
you
looks
do 5
awesome.
minutes,
Play-
that's about it.
Yeah, you play for 2 minutes because nobody could volley back and forth. It sucks.
Right, that's what I mean. I want to play it though.
Was croquet on this?
Croquet is number 10. Not a lot of people play it now. It used to be very popular. The word is French, but it originated in England back in the mid 1800s. Ladder toss is number 8. Now you know what that is?
That's where you take a ladder from your dad's
Nope.
garage and you throw it across the house.
That's a fun game.
We had a couple of
Strongman game.
We have a couple of those plastic ones. When Scott lived with us, we set that up and played that all the time. It's a string. It's a string with 2 balls.
It's like like a bolo.
It's called hillbilly golf.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is?
That's the other term I've heard used.
Oh, no way.
It's gotten pretty popular in the past 20 years. A mailman in Pennsylvania sold the idea back in 2005. Then a company called Ladder Golf LLC started selling the sets. So it's basically you throw it's 2 hard balls and a string between them, and you throw it onto a thing that looks like a ladder,
Yeah.
and you see if they wrap around. Have you seen it?
No, I don't think so.
I think it's
You
called
get
ladder
points
toss.
on what level you hit, too.
It's cheap and fun.
Dude,
Yeah, it's
where
fun.
was this list when we were trying to do Riz Olympics? We could just go down this entire list and do the yard game,
And lawn darts is
Series.
number 9.
That's summer games.
This is the Summer Olympics.
What's the thing where you have the post and you put a beer bottle or something up on top and you got a frisbee
that's
back and
fun,
forth?
dude.
Yeah,
Kick
what is
the
that?
can.
No.
I don't know. It's like you're doing with frisbees,
I've played
right?
that before. And if you hit the post, it's
1
point. If you hit the beer bottle, it's 2 points.
Yeah.
With a frisbee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
that
so
sounds
fun.
awesome.
Oh, it's so fun.
There's also a new one called Trash Can Frisbee, which they sell these sets.
Oh, with the little, it's like a black thing that you can hook together, and it looks like a little trash can with a slot in it,
Yeah.
right?
You can either get it through the slot for like 5 points or in the can for like 2 points.
And your
Frisbee
partner,
golfers amaze me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And your partner can hit it in, right? For half a
You
point or
tap
something?
it in. Oh, dude, it's fun.
That sounds
The
awesome.
lawn darts was number 9. Bonus points to the original version for being lethal.
Anybody play that thing that became all viral that was a marketing sensation?
Beersby.
The spike ball thing with the trampoline?
Oh, no.
Yes, I've played it before. Hard as hell.
Is it okay? Because they make it look really fun, but then but at the same time, I'm looking at like college athletes, shirtless college
Of course,
athletes.
that's the commercial for it.
playing it and making it look real easy and
That's
fun.
the commercial for it.
You're like a lawn athlete. I didn't know you were so into lawn games. You played like every one of these on this list.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just saying, it's very impressive.
What about a good old game of roof ball, dude?
What's that?
Nobody plays that anymore?
Oh, yeah, that is. Oh, yeah.
It's popular now, isn't it?
You throw the ball on the roof and you see
Roll
if
down.
it doesn't get in the gutter.
Yeah, you bounce it off the roof and you get like you and your brothers or neighborhood kids.
Yeah, I played that.
Somebody had to catch it. They turned it into like a actual sport.
Yeah, it's like basketball almost now.
That's sweet.
You never played that move? You throw the ball up on the roof and it bounces down and if you catch it,
Oh, yeah. And
you got to catch it cleanly.
And if you have enough people, you have some people in the front yard, some people in the backyard.
Yes.
And
that is sweet.
Yeah, you have to run and dive and get the thing, even if it's on the driveway. So you're aiming for it to bounce on the driveway, so they got to catch it on the concrete.
Well, if you bobbled it and you dropped it, you got to run and touch the wall of the house before being pegged.
Oh, whoa, I never did that.
Those are Riz rules.
See, that's when we had a ball, and you had to make a game every week to entertain yourself.
You ever
Just
play Asses
figure it
Up?
out.
No.
Yep.
Or maybe
That's a fun
was
one.
that?
It's the same kind of concept where you throw a ball against the wall and you got to catch it cleanly. If you drop it, you got to run to the wall and somebody tries to peg you. If you get pegged, you got to go up on the wall with both hands. Everybody gets a shot at your ass.
Oh my!
We always use a soccer ball for that.
Well, yeah, when we were doing foot golf, we'd get a group to do foot golf, and whoever lost each hole had to do butts up. And
I'm sorry, what?
And the winner of the hole got to blast the soccer ball at your butt.
Yeah.
We
They
did
hit
it where
you, they hit you.
everyone, whoever didn't lose, got to kick.
Oh, we just did the
That
winner
was
of
always
the hole
annoying.
because it was brutal.
Yeah, that's right. Then your dad rips your ass for tearing up the roof when you kept throwing the ball up there.
That's right.
Taking shingles off or getting the tennis ball stuck in the
gutter.
In the gutter.
Yeah,
Can't believe catch wasn't on this list.
It missed the top 10.
I bet you there's still a tennis ball in the gutter in my parents'
It's
house.
got to be. There's a tennis ball in every gutter in America.
Yeah, you know what
That's where
ball
they're
was even
born,
better
right?
was the hockey balls. Remember the little orange street balls?
We used to use either a tennis ball or a handball, like the rubber blue one.
Right.
Oh, like a racquetball.
Yes.
Oh, those are so cool.
Yeah, those are awesome. Do they even sell those anymore?
I don't
haven't
know.
seen one of those rubber blue balls in a long time.
They're great. Those are what we use when we go out to the park to throw for our dogs because you can kick them or throw them and they go forever and the dogs love it and they can't tear them up really.
We had a football version of roof ball because it's harder.
Oh, yeah.
Get that oblong ball bouncing around up there. You never know where it's coming off.
Yeah.
You had to hit targets. You got points based on like hitting certain probably stuff that was important. In hindsight,
Hit the TV antenna. All right, if you hit the TV antenna.
Yeah, or like that's the whatever the little pipe that lets all the carbon monoxide out of the house.
Right.
I'm like, all right, if I ping that, that's worth 5.
We did the basketball version of that where you try to make it in the goal and it's kind of like horse. You know, you stand there, you throw it on the roof, and if it goes in, you have to make the same shot.
Yeah, I tell you what, are the kids even doing this stuff anymore? I don't know.
I don't know. I hope so.
This probably
I wanna
sounds
do
to
it. I wanna
them
go
like
outside.
pushing a hoop down the
It
road
really
with a
does.
stick.
Yeah, we
does
guys
to
play
us.
kick the can.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
what-
we threw a ball up on the roof and bounced and see if we could catch it when it came down.
It was so much fun. They're like, cool, Grandma.
Yeah, where they're playing.
I used to push I'd take an old barrel and I'd take the metal hoop and I'd push it with the stick.
Yeah,
We
they're
were all
inside in
like,
the basement
cool.
with their headsets on playing Call of Duty 17.
Yeah.
That's an immersive game that you actually feel like you're in the game.
Complaining about boredom. Oh, God, I'm bored. There's nothing to do in this house.
Well, hey, speaking of the youngsters, and this is a thing that's making the news. Have you heard of this revenge quitting thing? This is becoming a
quitting.
This is becoming a phenomenon.
Revenge quitting.
And the New York Post did a big, giant article about revenge quitting. And they're calling it disgruntled Gen Z employees aren't getting mad. And they're not even getting even. They're vengefully getting the hell out of Dodge when the going gets tough on the job.
Aw, little guys.
So revenge quitting is on the rise, says this one guy, this content creator. He says this is the new idea of people choosing to quit their jobs in the most inconvenient way possible in order to disrupt business. It's a form of protest against what they perceived as unfair treatment.
Like the Walmart employee?
So they're quitting mid-shift during like company busy season. like a holiday sale or tax time. Others are saying so long to their bosses, knowing that their offices are sorely understaffed and in need of as much help as they could get. One woman in the article ditched her $1,800 per week post in an investment property sales out of fury. Instead of giving the supervisor the standard 2-week notice, she suddenly jumped ship, abandoning her position without solid savings stashed away or another gig even lined up. One person spent his last day on the clock recording himself walking through his then job, pointing out every federal safety violation, and then posting the footage online. The video prompted an investigation and hefty fines for the company. Another woman, a former payroll executive, quote unquote, accidentally deleted the master payroll file during her they're calling it her swan song shift, making it virtually impossible for her ex-colleagues to get paid on time. This is what revenge quitting is.
You guys are
Yikes.
awesome.
I did the mid-shift thing once, and I mean, I kind of regret it, but it wasn't like I wasn't trying to get even. I wasn't trying to revenge or trying to avenge anything, and it definitely wasn't during heavy season. Remember, it was Kmart. I told you.
Yeah.
And I was in the training still. It was like second day training. You're sitting there in the back office watching videos or
your safety videos.
And they told me
how it works.
They told me I could keep my earring, and they put me up on the cashier, and the guy training me on the cashier was like, "Gotta take that out." And I was like, "Nah, man." They said I could keep this. I just stretched it. I went through all the pain. Just stretched it to a 0. He's like, "No, you have to take it out, or you got to go home." And I was like, "What, dude?" And I took it out. It was so painful. And he's like, "All right, you can go on a 15-minute break." And I was like, "All right." And I went to my car and I drove home, man. That was it.
That's kind of, I guess that's kind of revenge quitting, but not, I mean,
I was like 17.
This is, I'm walking when you need me the most, or I'm doing something spiteful on the way out.
Yeah, they didn't need me. I was in training. I was supposed to go back and watch training videos.
Right.
So I didn't screw anybody over or anything. It was just like, this is not going to work out.
This is, I'm pouring the gasoline as I'm walking out, and I'm lighting the match as soon as I walk out that door.
I think my mom had a part-time job at that time in the food court, so she could get discounts on the pretzels. And I think I said bye to her. I was like, "Hey,
that's it.
Give me one of them discounted pretzels, and I'll see you at home."
Yeah, but I mean, you're burning a bridge.
This is not a good idea.
It's not a good idea.
Maybe I put Kmart under. Maybe that's why they went on.
Maybe it is.
They're saying this is
sorry.
You know, hey, we all get the spirit. We all get the spirit of it.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? If you have to give your company 2 weeks notice to quit, and they could fire you immediately and walk you out the door, I get it.
Yep.
Sticking it to the man, right?
Sure.
Researchers warned as workers feel, stuck, pent-up resentment boils under the surface and employee disengagement rises. A wave of revenge quitting is on the horizon. But, this is not the wisest of plans, especially if you want to get a job in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it sounds like they probably have another job lined up.
Well, in this one story, the woman didn't.
Oh.
And no savings.
Well.
She just had it. One person said if you were revenge quit, you don't think it through somehow, some way, some recruiter is going to call your ex-boss, your ex-coworker, or your ex-HR department and be like, "Hey, what do you think of so-and-so?" Mm-hmm. And that person, the last thing they're going to remember is how you quit.
Yeah, you got to play the game like the rest of us. You can't be, I get it. I get the spirit of it. Like you said, we've all had the fantasy. Let's just call that out. Mm-hmm. But you will be hurting yourself in the long run. And your coworkers that probably don't want to have more to deal with.
This one chick that erased payroll?
Yeah, that's wild.
Get out of here.
Crazy.
You're screwing everybody.
And illegal, most likely.
Everybody else over.
And illegal.
Yeah, man, it's I think it's on the parents though. It's on the parents and the managers or the business owners out there to make sure that these young people know the exchange. You know what I mean? Like you teach them like, hey, you're not always going to be happy. Like I've had to say this a few times to my kids. Like, hey, man, you're not always going to work with people you like. You're not always going to be managed by somebody that's good at managing or that cares about you. Like that's how the world works. It's not a perfect situation.
Right.
It's hard to find a good situation, much less a perfect situation.
And if you have one, you're very lucky.
Yeah, and you got to teach your kids that and then managers / business owners make your employees feel like they're appreciated, like they're wanted, like you appreciate them being there.
Well,
and, it goes both ways.
Rather than burning bridges, they suggest annoyed workers, namely those hot-tempered Zoomers, try to calmly air out their grievances with their bosses and bigwigs instead of burning the whole place down.
Yeah, go in private and burn them down interpersonally. Like, if you really want to stick it to him.
So this is making the rounds, this whole revenge quitting thing. And also this story, and we talked about this guy a while ago, and I don't remember if you and Rafe were here when we talked about this guy. Moon will remember the story, maybe Scott. The guy who skipped work for 6 years and was still getting paid. And remember how he got caught?
This. Like Milton. Did he?
No, Milton wasn't getting paid.
Oh, that's right. But they put him in a basement. Mm-hmm. In the basement office.
This guy managed to avoid going to work for 6 years, and he was fired only when he was nominated for an award.
That's right.
You remember the story, Rafe?
I do. You brought this up. I can't remember sometime last year, but he was like at home just taking paychecks, right?
So this guy, Joaquin Garcia from Spain, he just stopped going to his job because he said he had no work to do and he felt bullied. So he just stopped showing up. And it wasn't until he was due to receive an award for like the long service award, his 20th anniversary with the company, they figured out he had been a no-show for 6 years.
Gosh.
Like this guy slipped through the cracks at this place.
Yeah, wasn't the big story though is that they were suing him for the money or something like that? They wanted the money back,
yes.
And it was like this moral conundrum of, well, whose fault is it?
So this guy Joaquin Garcia, dubbed El Funcionario Fantasma, meaning the phantom official. He was still getting his entire $40,000 salary thanks to a mix-up between two departments he was working for. So he was employed as an engineer assigned to oversee a wastewater treatment plant in this city in Spain. So he says he believed he was being bullied at work for his family's politics and was cast away to the plant. But when he arrived, he found there was no work to be done. So instead of complaining, which he feared would hinder him from finding another job, this Garcia guy took quiet quitting to another level and just stopped showing up to work. So the two departments he worked for assumed the other was overseeing his duties. So the water board believed he was the responsibility of the city council, who thought he was working for the water board. See?
Unbelievable.
So he literally got stuck in between the two departments, and nobody
cared.
Nobody caught it. Nobody cared. He took advantage of the mix-up and occupied himself at home reading about philosophy. And for 6 years, his absence went unnoticed until he was due to receive a medal for 20 years of service.
I accept.
And people said, who? Who is this guy?
And the deputy mayor of this town, the guy who hired Joaquin, was in charge of tracking him down. An alarm bell started ringing when he was told by an employee who had an office opposite of Joaquin's desk, like, I hadn't seen this dude in years. Quote, I wondered whether he was still working here. Had he retired? Had he died? But the payroll showed he was still getting a salary. The deputy mayor called him up and asked, what did you do yesterday? The month before that? He didn't know what to say. After he was exposed, the company took him to court where he was ordered to pay.
Oh, okay.
He had to pay back only 1 year's worth of salary.
How did he read all those philosophy books and never wander into ethics? Like half the philosophy
Skip
books.
those chapters.
Half the philosophers wade into right and wrong, chapter 1.
So where do you stand? Where do you guys stand?
On this?
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
No, you can't do this.
Can't do what? Can't do what, Riz? Spell it out.
Yesterday we were saying we could take a 20 that was given to us by an ATM.
Guy for 6, so what's 40,000 times 6?
$160,000. 40,000 times 6, $240,000.
This guy stole $240,000 from the wastewater plant.
Yeah.
Of this small town in Spain.
And he only had to pay back for 1 year.
Well, he only had to pay 1 year of salary back.
Everybody wins in this. I think this is a really good feel-good story.
This is a feel-good story, yeah.
It could happen to you, you know?
This is something like George Costanza would do.
Yeah.
Right? It's like a plot straight out of Seinfeld.
Yeah, this is very Costanza. It's not. I was going to compare it to Office Space when he's rounding up a fraction of a penny, you know, but that was actually going out of his way to steal in Office Space. This is him just going,
well, hey,
I'm going to let you keep making mistakes.
I'm going to keep this going. That's wild. And by the way, if you get paid for doing nothing for 6 years, clearly somebody else isn't doing their job either.
Right.
This person's not doing their job, and the person who's in charge is not doing their job either.
I wonder if anything...
It also says much about the job itself, like the fact that he was gone.
That's what I was going to say. I wonder if anything actually didn't get done.
For 6 years, you'd think somebody would notice something not getting done.
Well, so if he was overseeing water treatment plants, I guess everything went fine. Lucky us.
Dang.
Lucky us and our water.
Or maybe it's a job that needs to just not exist because apparently everything was fine for 6 years.
True that.
That's crazy.
Let's just hope he wasn't like the tester.
Yeah, they owe him thanks.
Yeah, we
for
only hear
finding
from
out
him
that
if
they don't need
something's
that.
wrong.
Yeah.
He's in charge of testing the water. Make sure it's drinkable every day. And he'll only call us if there's something wrong. And then you find out you're drinking radioactive water.
Yeah.
This guy's reading Karl Marx.
And before we hit the break, there was this other story coming out of, this is Peru. A Peruvian fisherman was found alive after drifting at sea for 94 days.
Oh, my.
Did anybody see this story?
No.
He survived on cockroaches, birds, and turtles.
Oh, man, I saw this.
He didn't drink anything? He just drank the blood of these
61-year-old Maximo Napa was rescued in his small fishing boat last week after being spotted by an Ecuadorian vessel off the coast of northern Peru. He said he survived eating cockroaches, birds, and turtles. He says, I didn't want to die for my mother. I have a 2-month-old granddaughter. I clung to that every day. I thought about my mother. And they showed, images of the rescue, including one showing him reuniting with his brother after being rescued and another showing him receiving medical attention. He hadn't eaten anything for 15 days. He was 680 miles from shore when he was found.
Jeez.
3 days later, discharged from the hospital.
This guy's
Passed
awesome.
away.
One of the Navy officers who found him said, Mr. Napa arrived in good physical condition. He could walk, wash himself, shocked, but he was in good physical condition. He set sail on December 7th. From the port of San Juan de Marcona, but bad weather conditions and the current caused him to lose course. Small boat, no radio beacon, ended up on the high seas.
Oof.
Dang, dude.
So this brings me to this point. So he survived off cockroaches, birds, and insects. Let's focus in on the cockroach part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Where'd they come from?
No.
Okay. I was wondering that.
I don't know where they came from. But
I didn't know the ocean had roaches.
I didn't either.
Those are shrimp.
Maybe that part of the world.
And lobster.
But there was a paper published in this scientific journal, and they're talking about cockroach milk as the next superfood.
Mm-hmm.
You know about this?
I
Thanks,
do.
Bill
We've been
Gates.
talking about this for a couple of years. Me and the community.
I have not been involved in these discussions.
It's been out there. I do not want any part
Cockroach
of
milk.
this. Right. All I'm imagining is when you smash a cockroach and then little pus guy that comes out of its little butt. That's what this is.
Well, they say you shouldn't smash cockroaches because as somebody who lived in an infested apartment with these things, you don't smash them.
What do you
Because
do
the
to
little
them?
eggs will come out and they'll.
Is it an egg thing? It's not a hormone thing or something?
What? I mean, throw
listen,
them away.
I don't know if it was one of those urban legends like, hey, don't smash a cockroach because the eggs will get places.
You know, he
Eggs?
spread that rumor. It's all
Cockroaches.
with cockroaches.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Smart.
big cockroach.
But so this paper published explains the Pacific beetle cockroach feeds its young a substance made from its own body, providing more nutrients than any of the animal milk on the planet. It's got 4 times the protein than cow's milk. It contains a lot of nutrient-dense fatty acid. Would you ever drink cockroach milk? No.
Sure, man.
I would
want
try
none
it.
of this.
I would try it, but I don't like what I'm doing.
I don't want to try it. I don't want to anything. I don't have nothing to do with
Well,
it.
think of how durable these creatures are. I mean, they can survive nuclear blasts, everything.
Yeah.
So maybe it is
Little Keith Richard buzz.
I'm hoping it doesn't happen, but it's fairly inevitable that at some point we're going to drive ourselves into a absolute global famine, and all of us are going to be
Well,
eating
thank
insects.
God I will not be here for that.
I hope not. I don't want to deal with you if we're dealing with global famine.
Pound for pound, insects are like.
I know,
they're they're the most widespread species, I think, and we could just eat them for days.
And it'll be less of them.
Hey, it says while the impulse is understandable to crush a cockroach, it can actually be detrimental to your health and home environment. Not only does it create a messy, nasty situation, but it can spread harmful bacteria, allergens, and even attract more roaches to the area.
Okay, I'm smashing and then I'm cleaning up the area.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? I mean, you don't
Is this in
smash.
Cockroach Weekly?
Right. What do you mean if you don't
You actually should
clean up
feed
the
them and pet
nasty-
them. That makes them go away.
And leave food for them.
Crushing a roach aerosolizes allergens, increasing the risk of asthma attacks, especially with children.
Well, if you're allergic to shellfish.
I'm allergic to cockroaches.
I am too.
And
I'm not
so
allergic to shrimp, but I am
can't
allergic to roaches.
touch them and get crazy. Like, I can't be humane with them. Get the hell away from me.
On the Coleman's Campers text line, watch the documentary Men in Black and see what happens when you smash a cockroach.
Okay, that's a good point. Okay, the cat also had the universe on its collar. So, yes, I will watch.
Yeah, but where do you think they got that whole smash a cockroach thing? It took place in New York City, right?
Yeah. It does say some cockroach species, particularly the German cockroach, carry their oothecae,
Yeah.
egg castings, on their bodies until just before hatching. So if you squash a female cockroach carrying eggs, you may inadvertently scatter
There we go.
oothecae,
There we go.
allowing them to hatch in new locations, leading to a wider and more difficult to control infestation. There's also a chemical signal.
Don't we have enough to worry about in the world right now? Now we have to add this to our fear list.
When a cockroach dies, it releases a fatty acid that acts as a death pheromone. This pheromone signals to other cockroaches in the area, potentially attracting them to investigate the source of the smell.
Yeah, we had that problem.
What if you have its milk in your fridge? Do they get attracted to that and now they live with you?
I don't know, but this is apparently going to be a thing at some point, cockroach milk.
Coming to Whole Foods.
Brody.
Well, they said it's a long way from Whole Foods.
Okay.
Drinking cow's milk.
But if there were a place to have it first, it would probably be that hippie establishment.
Absolutely it would. In the bug aisle.
There'll be a co-op somewhere that'll pick it up first.
Yeah, in
One of
Seattle.
these health co-ops.
Oh, nope.
I mean, hey, let's not knock it till we try.
And you know what? This stuff will hit the market, and they'll call it something else.
Yes.
They'll call it something. Hey, be on the lookout for a weird-sounding milk.
Bug juice.
No, they're going to name it something like, what's a nice name?
CR Farms?
Yeah, it's something like that.
They'll name it something where you're not going to think you're drinking it. But
Floor
when you
milk.
look at the ingredients, like, oh, roach milk. Nope. I'm not eating bugs. I tried one at the Mexican restaurant not too long ago.
A bug?
Yeah.
Tequila worm?
No, I ordered a dish. It was like at that place up by us.
Crickets?
It was good. Right?
Melenche?
Yeah, Melenche.
Yeah.
It was. They had.
Oh, dude.
I forget what kind of was it. Grasshopper.
Yeah, something like that.
I think so.
Crickets or...
Something like that.
Look at you.
And I'm like, fine. I had a couple margaritas in me.
I said, what's
You
a
know
more,
how we do.
what's a more appealing or at least intriguing name for roach milk? And neocrete, protoplasma,
Oh, yeah.
biochitin, crunch milk, bug juice pro, roach royale, exo milk.
Ooh.
That's
But
cool.
but if they put it XO, like just the letters X and O,
Oh, yeah,
Hugs and kisses milk?
hugs.
right? Hugs
don't
and
know.
hugs and kisses milk. Oh, let's get this.
Great.
Oh, it says right in the carton. It's good for you. It's better
Right.
than cow's milk. Exo milk.
And it's the
What
milk of
rhymes
the
with
future.
Hugs.
The milk of the future.
Yeah, it's Dippin' Dots,
And it's
y'all.
roach milk. Nope. Oh, somebody said this guy might have had the roaches for fishing as bait.
Oh.
That's why.
Good. Okay.
Hey, just so you know, we have roaches in our house, and there's 2 more canisters of them being delivered today.
Oh, for your mouse or what? Or who are you feeding?
My
her?
daughter's got leopard geckos.
Oh, yeah.
And
She has leopard?
We had one of those.
So they're live?
And they're live.
Well, we fed them crickets.
She feeds them. Well, no, she feeds them dubia roaches, and she has a dubia roach farm. So she makes more of the dubia roaches.
Oh no, I
You get
had
high
a
from
leopard
those?
gecko for a long time.
Doobie and
We fed
roach
it.
is not what's happening at my house in the
That'd be a
sense
good
of
name for the milk.
insect.
Dubia.
Doobie milk.
Dubia milk.
All right, listen, let's take a break. But first, And that is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Riz Show, and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From St. Louis, Nathan Bailey is our team. Nathan has been a Riz Show fan since 2013, and he has attended multiple Riz Show events over the years. He's grateful to the show for always providing him with the top-notch entertainment every morning. An avid Rizvangelist talks about the show with his friends and coworkers as often as possible. He loves my superiority complex. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Moon's Mickey impression, raves in memoriam, learns inability to perform under pressure, and King Scott's headline goo. Nathan Bailey from St. Louis is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Get the super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up, 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, quick break. We'll come back. The Crap on Celebrities. It is 7:12. It's Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. The highways are clear. Your point forecast wind advisory. Also a low risk for severe thunderstorms this afternoon and early this evening. High of 75. Right now it's 63 at the Point Studio.
All right, Lauren, what do you got for us?
The Lollapalooza lineup is announced. Live from the Rock Hall, it's Saturday night. Cougars, it's your year. And the best songs that were country in the 1980s.
Oh, the 1980s. So yesterday was the 90s. Today we're going country songs of the 80s.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays, the porno birthday, all that and more next in your Crap on Celebrity. Stay there.
Yeah, I gotta say once again, thanks to Herb Equipment for bringing some toys up here to Riz Farm. And, we gotta do some mulching. So Mike and Chad here brought a tractor with them. And check this out. It says Captain Riz on the side. All right, so we're gonna use this to get the mulch from and it's gonna go into the trailer. So I don't know how to use this thing. So who's gonna show me how to operate this fine piece of machinery?
I got you covered, Riz. This is a 3046R John Deere.
2 crews from Zero Res coming out to my house today. The first crew will be doing the air duct cleaning. As I mentioned before, my son's got really bad allergies, and getting the air ducts cleaned out, it's going to help with that. It's going to help alleviate allergies, less dust around the home. It's really going to help everybody breathe healthier, and we'll be happier. And then I got the carpet cleaning crew coming in. They're going to do a couple rooms after we had that construction work done to the house. We need the rooms and the carpets really cleaned. Basically, Zero Res could clean any surface in the house, from your upholstery to your floors of any type, and of course your carpets. Spring is a time for renewal. Let Zero Res refresh your home with clean carpets, fresh floors, and improved air quality. This month, get 3 rooms zero-resified from St. Louis's #1 carpet cleaner, starting at just $119, and take $75 off your air duct cleaning. 314-474-2020 or go online anytime at ZeroResSTL.com and say you want the Riz Show special. Spelled backward or forward, spelled the same at Zero Res.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ready to roll? We are backstage at Point Fest. Ladies and gentlemen, Brent and Barry from Shinedown. What's up, gentlemen?
Well,
how
hello.
are you?
What's going on? How are you?
It's great to see you. It's great to see you.
Good
First
to
of
see you.
all,
Thanks for being cool with us because I was super late. I was very late. Some things in rock and roll haven't changed. The singers are usually late.
now listen, if we're going to do it, you are 18 minutes behind. I don't think that that's even late as far as rock stars go. I think that's just about flat.
All right, we'll take that.
We can take that.
Yeah.
I don't know if do we look at ourselves as, the RS, the rock star type?
You don't have to. I appreciate that you don't, but I do, and I can.
I
You know what I
appreciate
mean?
it. The reason I am late though is because I needed to take a shower because, quite frankly, I smelled like a farm animal. So I wanted to make sure that we were good today.
So see, the 18 minutes late is completely acceptable, and I do appreciate it.
Awesome, you should, because I had to be next to him. It was not good.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations on the record.
Thank you.
I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. terrific. The song Devil has been doing amazing things for the radio station. People loved it as soon as we put it on the air. You know, there is something so great, and it just has that sort of anthemic quality about it. Where did that song fall in the recording of this particular record? Was that one of your first ones that came about?
It came about probably right in the middle. There were a lot of things about, and in regards to Attention, the new album, we did things a little differently this time. We've had the pleasure of working with a lot of producers, a lot of great engineers, male and female, but it was time for us to do it in-house. So our bass player, Eric Bass, who is quite frankly, way more than a bass player, he produced Attention. He also mixed it. And so the dynamic of everything, too, is that it is a conceptual piece of work, but not in the...
If you run a business, I'm talking to you right now, so listen up. And if you're ready to take your business to the next level, it's time to go to First Community. Now, First Community, they're incredible for so many reasons, but right now they offer competitive rates on commercial loans, even lines of credit and commercial credit cards, which are designed, obviously, to help your business thrive. And they have a dedicated team right now to help you get your funding you need so you can seize those new opportunities and grow your business. And if you didn't know that First Community did commercial loans, that's all right. But now you know. And they do commercial vehicles, equipment, real estate, even SBA loans. First Community, now they've been in business for over 90 years, so they know how to help other folks grow their business. These guys are legit. And they have over 40 locations throughout the area, so they make it very easy to talk with them. And they even have 18 aside Walmarts, which are open 7 days a week. So go to First Community today if you want to grow your business. They're here to help you, and they are incredible. The response time, everything, they're just phenomenal with help. They've helped me a ton in the past. They'll help you. Go to First Community. That's firstcommunity.com.
So here we are, way back Point Fest, and the first band of the day is a band that, through the course of my life, I think I've seen your band 6 times, but we've never chatted and said hello.
It's just strange that wouldn't happen. I know you mentioned Mississippi Nights.
Yeah.
We talked on the phone the other day, and
yeah.
I remember the club well. We used to have great shows there, but it's like anything these days. Stuff doesn't stay around as long as you would think it would. So
I remember something specific about this show, and it's a little creepy, so I'm going to go ahead and warn you. So where I was standing at Mississippi Nights, they had the back door open, and I could see directly into your tour bus.
Okay.
And I saw you. This is like right before you guys are going on, and I hadn't ever seen you before till this night. And you had like this black leather jacket on, like these skinny sort of jeans, and I was like, this dude is a bad man. And you were, and it was such a great show because that night it was a couple of different bands. Letters to Cleo were on that bill. Yeah. Ned's Atomic Dustbin were on that bill. I love those guys as well. So it was like a cool thing. But it was the first night that I saw you guys, and Vinny, you had this like for real frontman rock star presence about you that I thought was very cool at the time.
You sure put the pressure on me today. Where do you go from there?
Right. But you know what though? And speaking of that role as the frontman is like an important thing, man, because not only the nuts and bolts of the creative side of the music and the lyric writing and stuff, but I mean having that image for the band is an important one, whether you want to kind of admit to that or not.
Oh, certainly. And it's something that we seemed to cultivate early on in the career of the band. We wanted to do that thing. We revere rock and roll, and I mean, it almost sounds like I'm just copying Elvis on his '68 comeback. You know what I mean? You can't reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? It's like that's pretty much it.
Right. I think it's also funny too when you guys say, "Hey, I'm just ripping Elvis." That's all I'm doing. Or you know what I mean? Like when you have another artist that come by, like, "Yeah, well, I'm not that cool. I just got it from this guy." I think it's funny when you guys are the first ones to admit that.
I mean, it's like that's the gold standard, man. You look all the way back, even to the Ed Sullivan years. There's reruns on TV these days all over the place, and you look at that and you're reminded of how cool it was. And to me, like I go, it doesn't get much better than that, and that's why you influence just generations and generations of groups.
You're from an amazing city. You're from an amazing city that has this unbelievable tradition of rock and roll music. You have this city that has this
Schnooks. Listen, we're all complaining about grocery store prices. Well, Schnooks is doing something about it. They've lowered prices on over 2,300 items around the store. And that's a big, big number. 2,300 items. And they've marked down prices on things that you love, like Honeycrisp apples and Jack's Pizza, Ore-Ida potatoes, Tyson Family Pack chickens, Organic Girl salad kits, even like stock cold brew coffee, those big 32-ounce Chobani yogurt tubs. New lower prices on all that stuff. And by lowering prices on over 2,300 items, Schnucks is bound to have lowered the price on something you love, some of your favorites. So check out the digital shelf tags around the store, find tons more items, all with lower prices, and also make sure you download that Schnucks Rewards app. You'll find the digital coupons on there, the weekly flyer, everyday savings you can count on, all at your local Schnucks. Download the Schnucks Rewards app and new lower prices every day on 2,300 items.
All right, backstage at Point Fest, and for the first time playing our fantastic festival, a rock and roll band that we have come to like quite a bit in the last 6 to 9 months. Gentlemen, it's great to see you from Bad Flower. Welcome to St. Louis and welcome to Point Fest. It's great to have you.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
So I
talking into the fart mics.
Talking into the fart mics, absolutely. The first thing that I just want to like kind of
Program phone number 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, rizshow@1057thepoint.com. Comedian Tom Green will be calling in about 40 minutes. He is at the pageant on Friday for one big show. I think our buddy Tim Convey's opening.
Tim and Tom.
Yeah, Tim and Tom.
Very cool.
Tom and Tim.
Tim and Tom. So Tom Green calling in, legend. We'll talk to Chris Kerber in just a little bit. Crap on celebrities here in just a moment. All right, today is March 19th. Back in the day, 94 years ago, 1931, Nevada legalized gambling, changing everything. 68 years ago, 1957, Graceland's 13.8-acre estate was sold to Elvis Presley for $102,000. 50 years ago, 1975, Kiss releases their third record, Dressed to Kill, featuring Rock and Roll All Night. 43 years ago, 1982, tragedy, Randy Rhoads, lead guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne, killed in a freak accident in Leesburg, Florida, when the plane he was riding in buzzed Ozzy's tour bus and then crashed into a house. The pilot and a female passenger also died. Randy was how old?
25.
25 years old.
So such a waste of talent. Just and wasn't the pilot like high on cocaine, like the toxicology report?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, well, no, not Randy. He didn't do
Not
a lot
Randy.
of drugs. He smoked a lot, but
No, but the whole what was that documentary we watched where Ozzy was talking about how bad he felt?
Oh, that was
promised to take care of Randy to his mom.
Was the hair metal documentary
Yes,
that came out?
it was the hair metal documentary.
And it was Rudy Sarzo of Quiet Riot who talked about going to a church because Randy Rhoads was a Lutheran, and there was a man sobbing at the front pew of this empty church, and it was Ozzy Osbourne because his family was like, "Please take care of our kid," and all this.
He promised his mom if he took him on the road that he's like, he'll be fine. I'll take care of him. And he said they were all so messed up.
Right.
So they were all up like doing coke all night, I think, and then the guys
Hey,
let's
I'll
go
take
for a
you for a plane
helicopter
ride.
ride, and they were also
It was a plane.
Or
It was a plane ride.
And they were all so messed up. They're like, "Oh, we're not going."
Did it not hit the tour bus? I know it buzzed the tour bus. Did it hit the tour bus?
I don't know if it hit the
Because he
tour
said Ozzy
bus.
was sleeping in the tour bus at the time.
Yeah, I think it was like in a field. But what's crazy is like the last thing that Randy Rhoads ever said to Ozzy was, "You're going to kill yourself if you don't get off these speed drugs." And that's actually like what helped Ozzy get off of the speed drugs was unfortunately Randy Rhoads getting killed.
They crashed into the house.
They crashed into the house, yes.
Right?
Is that what it was? I don't remember
they
where.
flew over
buzzed
the
the
bus,
tour bus.
and then they crashed. Like the guy was like kind of either drunk or high, and was like kind of messing around. They ended up crashing through the house because it took like paramedics forever to get there.
And it was like the second crash for that pilot. I think.
For
like
real?
Yeah, because I remember like Sharon Osbourne was like, "How on earth did we hire this guy to be affiliated with our tour at all, having the record that he did?"
Oh, man.
Which is crazy.
25 years old.
I was late to any sort of knowledge or fandom of Randy Rhoads, and have since become just a diehard fan. I play 3 of his guitars.
Oh yeah,
Dude, there's a video. You can look this up on YouTube. Is Ozzy Osbourne a couple of years ago listening to the isolated guitar track from Crazy Train in the studio and getting emotional, just listening to the isolated Crazy Train guitar solo from Randy Rhoads.
I mean, it's one of the most iconic guitar solos to ever exist.
Yeah.
I always thought he was a big druggie. That's crazy. I had no clue he wasn't into drinking or.
He was a very religious, sweetie. He was just a sweetheart. Sucks.
38 years ago, speaking of religious, 1987, televangelist Jim Bakker resigns as host of the PTL Club over a sex scandal. I think that was the Jessica Hahn one. 30 years ago, 1995, Michael Jordan makes his first NBA comeback and rejoins the Chicago Bulls after leaving basketball for over a year to become a mediocre Major League Baseball player.
What a weird thing.
Remember what number he wore? Because 23 was retired already. So the Bulls officially retired 23.
Oh, and he came back to the Bulls?
Well, he retired, and they're like, okay, the greatest will retire. Nobody will ever wear number 23 again.
Was it...
And even him, when he came back, they're like, we already retired your number.
Right.
Didn't he double it? It was like 46.
No, he wore number 45. It was his junior high school number. He wore number 45. 24 years ago in 2001, what a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class this was. 2001, Michael Jackson, Queen, Aerosmith, Steely Dan, Paul Simon, Richie Valens.
Yeah, that's sweet.
15 years ago, 2010, Justin Bieber unleashes his debut record, My World 2.0, featuring Smash Hit Baby. And 13 years ago in 2012, Wendy's overtook Burger King as the second biggest burger joint in the U.S. McDonald's still has more locations than both of them combined. And that's what happened back in the day. All right. Time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we start with this. For those of you who want to take the pilgrimage up to Chicago, Lollapalooza, which is happening at Grant Park, July 31st through the August 3rd, has released its headliners.
Unimpressive.
Unimpressive. Also very odd that Korn is part of this.
Yeah, if you see the bands that are playing and the acts that are playing, you go, who does not belong? Oh, Korn.
Oh, Korn is here. Yeah, so it's Korn, Cage the Elephant, the Marias, Bleachers, Wallows, Foster the People, Royal Otis, Gigi Perez, Joe P., Olivia Rodrigo, Tyler the Creator, Sabrina Carpenter, Luke Combs, A$AP Rocky.
That's another one that stuck out. Luke Combs.
Luke Combs.
Who is a headliner who's closing out one of the nights.
Mm-hmm.
They say he's the first country act to close out a Lollapalooza night.
I believe it was Consequence of Sound had an article this morning that said it's official that Lollapalooza is no longer a rock festival, which it was always an alternative festival. I don't know if I would label it a rock festival because there was always a part of it that is pop, but there were all these amazing side stage, smaller build alternative
I used
bands.
to go back in the day, back in the 90s, kids. It was, definitely alternative until...
Right.
I think it was 96 with Metallica and Soundgarden, which really
upped the rock.
And it's fine. I went and saw Nine Inch Nails up there in Chicago a couple years ago. The station sent me up there.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
It's a cool festival. I've been a couple of times.
I wonder how much involvement Perry Farrell has this year after the blow up of Jane's Addiction.
Oh,
after he
yeah.
punched Dave Navarro on stage last
We haven't
year.
heard anything about him.
No.
Good for him. He went underground like you're supposed to.
Yeah, get the help you need.
He got the hells out of there. And speaking of bands and stuff like that, we're doing this March Music Mayhem thing that starts next week, featuring point artists battling it out for the coveted title of Mayhem Champion. And this year, it's going to be all bands coming to St. Louis this summer.
Oh, that's fun.
So it's bands coming to St. Louis this summer. Fill out your bracket up at 1057thepoint.com. The honor matchups and voting on the Point app starts Monday. And it's all brought to you by Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy Experts and Amco Ranger, pest control experts you can trust since 1965. So check out March Music Mayhem. Everybody has fun voting on that.
Did you fill out your brackets?
For this yet?
Yeah.
I did not yet.
I did. And I decided I'm going straight with the brain, not my heart.
Okay.
I always vote with my heart.
Who do you
and I'm
have as
always
the
that.
winner?
I'm using my brain. Who do you think?
SIUE.
We're in St. Louis.
Shinedown.
Yes. We're in St. Louis, and I'm voting with the brain this time.
Shinedown. Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the bands that are coming to town. I haven't looked yet.
I think my final was Shinedown versus Jelly Roll.
Oh,
ooh, that's a good. That's a good.
Well, I know what I'm doing.
That's a
Luck
good
to
St.
you.
Louis finale.
I know. I'm winning this,
Shinedown
baby.
versus Jelly Roll, and you have Shinedown as the winner.
That's right.
I think you're going to win.
Narrowly.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame will launch an exhibit called SNL Ladies and Gentlemen, 50 Years of Music on May 23rd. It's going to include memorabilia from Blondie, the Rolling Stones, Billie Eilish, and many other artists who have performed on the show. So if you're up in Cleveland, go check it
Lynn
out.
and I were talking earlier in the show. I was like, I just walked into the kitchen. Moon's getting coffee. I go, man, Susanna Hoffs from the Bengals.
Oh, yeah. Gorgeous.
What a hottie back in the 80s.
Still hot.
I was, I don't know, I was surfing around on YouTube and Walk Like an Egyptian came on. And I'm like, damn, dude, I did not appreciate her.
The Bengals were great.
I did not appreciate her hotness.
Eternal flame.
And you brought up Debbie Harry.
I said, I don't know if it was just because I was a kid or what, but there were like everybody, the women that everybody was gaga over in rock and roll always had looks that I did not understand.
Yeah, because
as a kid.
back when I was growing up, it was like Lita Ford. And it was the high, the high hair, the big hair stuff,
yeah, it was,
the 80s.
It was like the opposite of what I understood to be attractive. And the older I got, the more I'm like, wow. Wow. Debbie Harry. So
too.
striking. Susanna Hoffs.
Susanna Hoffs, my God.
So striking. Like, holy smokes.
Love her.
I think I actually used the word smoke show.
This has been a Susanna Hoff smoke show moment.
Well, even Debbie, and you brought up Debbie Harry, also
Beautiful.
In the late 70s.
So cool.
Show.
So cool. Yeah. I mean, not just hot, but very cool.
Super cool. Gibson Guitars and Publishing put out a coffee table book about Slash's guitar collection in 2022, and now they are publishing one about Kirk Hammett from Metallica, so that'll be due out later this year. A leaked phone call between Kanye West and Diddy has come to be at TMZ.com. Can't play a lot of it because there's a lot of cursing, but essentially Diddy showered Kanye West with support in this leaked call from jail after Ye released a controversial song that includes vocals from his oldest daughter, North, and from Diddy. And so TMZ is exclusively reporting that Kim is strongly considering asking a judge to strip Ye of his joint legal custody, which I think is the right thing to do.
Yeah, probably.
And he's still going on his anti-Semitic campaign where he's praising Hitler and doing all the swastika stuff. So it's pretty disgusting.
Is that Susanna Hoffs one?
That's just a couple years ago. Like it's pretty much. It's pretty much
beautiful?
now.
She's gorgeous.
Oh my gosh! Now I admit that I have something where if you put a guitar on a gal, it gives her an extra 2 points. But like, oh my gosh, she's a 10, and now with a guitar, she's a 12.
Is she married?
It's just a very beautiful
I think she was
woman.
married.
Yeah,
I don't know if she is anymore. She's out there.
How did that marriage break up? I want to know the story.
Can
there.
we?
What happened
Can you deep
there?
dive in that too? Can we find out? Is she married? I don't know.
If he cheated on her, I'm going to be very upset.
I'm super upset.
Let's find out.
Yes.
I'm going to be very upset.
Well, let's continue. So fans grew incredibly concerned for Tracy Morgan yesterday when he appeared to suffer a medical emergency while sitting courtside at the Knicks basketball game. Tracy took to social media to update all of us about what had happened and apparently he says, "Thank you for all of your concern. I'm doing okay now. Doctors say it was food poisoning. I appreciate my Madison Square Garden family and everybody taking such great care of me, and I will see you soon. #Go Knicks."
All right, so she's married to Jay.
You find out who she's married to.
She's married to Jay Roach, and he's like a super producer, writer, director.
That's her husband?
She's even hotter though. I mean, 3 decades, and she's a family gal.
And they're still together. Like, what?
That's the guy that produced like Austin Powers, right?
Yeah, he's done some
Austin
huge
Powers
movies.
with
Mike Myers.
Huh.
He's just a big, tall, goofy, lurch-looking dude.
Goofy-looking lurch dude.
Good for you,
Unless
buddy.
she's very short. Look
God,
at him.
she's beautiful.
In this
Look at him and
How
look
tall
at
is
her.
she?
In
And
this
his last
picture,
name is Roach.
Yeah, in this
I
picture, she
know.
looks like AI, and he looks like he's wearing an Edgar suit from Men in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, how tall is Susanna Hoffs? Let's get
She
this.
may be like 3 foot tall. Doesn't matter.
Susanna.
I mean, look at this pic of this guy.
crazy.
When he's not all dolled up, that's the everyday guy.
I mean,
they've
that's
been
what
married for 10
that's what humans are supposed
Oh
to
my
look
God.
like at this age.
How tall do you think she is?
She's your size.
She is my size.
5'4".
5'2".
No
5'2".
way.
She's
So
1
that
inch
guy's
taller
not
than
7
me.
feet
was
tall.
thought
That
she
guy's
was
just
tall.
like 6'1".
He's my height.
He's just normal people height.
I thought he was like 6. I was like, height really does make a difference.
Yeah,
because
she's
I'm like, I guess like
super cute.
6'8", but she's just
Yeah, we all
got
to stop this.
We got so
Listen,
much
he's
different-
he's a big successful guy. I get it.
He's probably very charming.
And I'm sure he's very nice. And they've been married since 1993. so
I'm
that makes
always pumped when I see a regular dude, just a regular Joe walking around with like the sitcom wife, husband.
He's not a
pairing.
regular guy.
With an alien.
He's got great
He's a
brows.
regular looking
guy.
Regular looking guy, fine.
But he's in the biz.
That's fine.
He's
That's
in the
okay.
business.
He's still just a regular looking dude, and I'm rooting for. I like when I see a guy leaning out over his skis like that.
Dolly Parton's, dearly departed husband, Carl Dean, right?
Yeah.
That was a regular dude.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy.
Maybe
though.
the most regular.
He was cute.
But as
was
far
a tall,
as
good-looking
regular
drink of water.
goes,
Yeah. He's just a regular
Not
Joe.
in the business.
Yeah, the most regular.
Yeah, Lana
Regular.
Del Rey's husband.
Lana Del Rey's husband?
Yeah, he's like what is he down? He's down in Louisiana, but he I don't know what he does on the bayou, but he's just like a hillbilly looking guy.
Love a swamp guy. Watch your back, Elon, because Nick Cannon isn't done having all these damn kids, okay? Now, he has 12 kids already, and the Masked Singer host revealed that he's not done. He was on a podcast. He talked about, how he's not getting a vasectomy, and he's just wanting to pump out more kids. So, prepare. This has been your warning. I mean, Poppy,
You know my stance on this. You can't be a good father with that many kids.
you're
There's
spreading
no way.
yourself too thin.
There's no way you could be a good father and give your time to your kids, the time they
Right.
deserve, the attention they deserve, with 13 kids. There's no way.
Yeah.
And Nick Cannon's got like 8 jobs.
I know.
There's no way. Oh, but he's rich. I know, but
Yeah, I mean, there's
kids need their fathers.
there's probably like nanny. That's like nanny culture.
Max has canceled the.
Hang on, that's her husband, Lana Del Rey?
Yeah.
Huh? She's
an
married to my uncle Keith?
Yes.
He's a hoosier.
He's an airboat captain in the bayou.
You guys are airboat.
Yeah.
This is Hambone, dude. This is the guy that took me out.
Airboat.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, I'm a captain.
Look at this.
Let's give him a
That's-
round of applause.
He looks like my dad. That's what Greg would
That's
have worn.
regular guy.
Here in Riz saying,
wins,
look
man.
at this guy.
Like you talking about
I'm
charming?
happy for
How
that
did
guy.
this?
I'm like mad and happy for that guy at the
He's
same
so
time.
tan.
He's got to be the most charming human in the world.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Look at this guy.
Because she's beautiful.
She's beautiful, and he's wearing mossy oak.
Hell yeah, he is. But he's rocking it.
Yeah, I'm at Atlanta Del Rey.
Where did they even meet? How did they get together?
I think she went onto his boat.
And they married him?
Yeah.
See, it can happen to you.
He's
just anywhere
incredible.
You are.
That
He
guy's
is
a hero. Please write books.
Max has canceled the show The Sex Lives of College Girls after 3 seasons.
Damn it.
Hey, girls love this show. This is actually a really funny show. So Mindy Kaling co-created this comedy, and it's going to be over after 3 seasons. So RIP to that. This show looks excellent. Michelle Williams plays a stage 4 breast cancer sufferer who is going on a quest for an orgasm in an FX series called Dying for Sex. I watched the trailer. Looks hilarious. Looks very emotional, kind of dark humor.
So she's got stage 4 cancer, and
And she's
on
never
the
had.
hunt.
Yeah, she's
to
never
go.
climaxed with a person. She's only had that by herself, and she is talking to one of her best friends. And like the cast looks really funny. Like the doctor looks funny. I don't know. So if you love Michelle Williams, she's great. Dying for Sex is going to be coming to us soon. Moving into movie news, I saw this yesterday. Vanity Fair put out a new issue with Gwyneth Paltrow on the cover. And I guess she and Timothée Chalamet have a movie coming out on Christmas called Marty Supreme, and it's a film inspired by the professional ping pong player Marty Reisman.
As we all know.
As we all know. And so
Of course.
in the April cover of Vanity Fair, Gwyneth discussed, how much sex they have in this movie. She says there's a ton. And her return to acting also brought an intimacy coordinator to her for the first time. She doesn't remember, she never worked with an intimacy coordinator before for these sex scenes.
Right.
And so when asked about it, she said, I was like, girl, I'm from the era when you got naked, you get in bed and the camera's on. And she was very weirded out by this person being there kind of coaching them along,
Yeah.
which I guess had to be weird if you're not used to
That's
that.
not, yeah,
When
that's
has she
not
done
used
a sex scene before?
to. Shakespeare in Love?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It's not going to, but this is kind of like Nicole Kidman in that Baby Girl movie that just came out where she's having sex with a younger man. And there's a lot of sex in that movie. I feel like these actresses in their 50s are like having their moment where they're.
Demi Moore. Even Pamela Anderson had her moment this year.
Oh, yeah, in the Showgirl movie.
You saw that Baby Girl?
No, I want to see. I wanted to rent it this weekend, but it was $20. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. I don't know. It doesn't have good
is
reviews.
She naked in it?
There's
Nicole Kidman?
some
Just
kinky
curious.
stuff. I think maybe, yeah. Sounds like it. Sounds like the dude's naked, which is very exciting.
Oh, speaking of that.
Yeah, a lot of naked dudes in TV right
I am
Speaking of
down
that.
for naked dudes in shows.
I saw Nether Wang and White Lotus.
No,
Righteous
I love
Gemstones.
it. We've been seeing boobs and chick stuff all this time.
They
and
love it.
The fact that Dong is making more of an appearance in shows, I think it's great.
Righteous Gemstones kicked it off 3 years ago.
Has
with,
anybody-
just dongs everywhere?
Has anybody seen the new episode
No.
of Righteous Gemstones?
Is it great?
Walton Goggins. I mean, he shows his full Goggins. I mean, it is.
Full Goggins are out?
He is out.
He did that in season 1.
His Walton and
But
his
this
Goggins?
is an extended
Oh, extended
time.
God.
Extended what? Oh.
Like he's standing there just bottomless.
Is it very tan? Because he's a very tan person.
Yes.
Oh, right on. Okay. He buffs. He goes out.
I mean, he is full Goggins.
I look forward to it.
It's a funny scene because it's like a power move.
His little gog knob is out for a long time.
Well, I know we'll be watching over dinner tonight.
You think it's his?
Probably not.
No, they've talked about Danny. He's talked about it on. Yeah, Danny was talking about it, and it's a double.
Ah,
it's a double. Oh, so you don't see like face and whatever?
No, you do,
they
but I think
his face?
it's green screened on or something.
Oh
like
man,
that.
that's tight. Technology is so cool for these guys.
We're there, guys.
We've made it. And finally, yesterday we highlighted the best 10 country songs out of the 90s, but now there's another list about the 80s. So the top 10 country songs from the 1980s, in no particular order, but we're going to start with number 10 on this list and see if you guys know the song.
All right, this is number 10 on this list. It's from Holler.Country.
Mm-hmm.
Best country songs of the. How about some honorable mentions? This song just missed the top 10. Came in at number 11. What's this?
9 to 5.
9 to 5. Yeah. Should this have been in the top 10?
Probably. I'll have to hear what they are first.
Tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life.
Okay, there we go. It's number.
That's a
11.
good song, dude.
It really is.
I know this song.
That's a mood-changing song.
I know this song because you guys. This came in at number 12. You guys know it yet?
Oakers Boys Elvira.
There we go.
Deserves to be on the list,
Wow.
too. Boom, ba, boom, ba, ba, bow,
That's the
bow.
only reason I know this
Yeah,
song.
dude. That's the last time the deep voice guy made any money.
Mm-hmm.
The 80s. Got phased out of music. Good for him.
All right, let's see if you know this song. Okay, here we go.
I wrote down Elvira, too. Oh, yeah, dude. That's the Judds, brother. Rocking to the rhythm of the rain. That's not?
Well, I love
Eddie Rabbit.
Eddie Rabbit.
I know. I never listened to him.
I did not think this would be in the top 10. It's a good song.
Never heard this before in my life.
Great song, dude.
Doesn't somebody do a cover of this?
It does
You're thinking
sound
of
like
Queensryche, another rainy night.
It sounds like a lot of other songs.
What's the other Eddie Rabbit song, Scott? I actually thought it was more popular.
That
Windshield
sounded super
wipers
cool.
slapping to the tempo. What song is that?
I don't
That
think
could
I've
be
ever
coming up,
heard
though.
it, but it
I don't
sounds
know
like a
any of that
familiar
stuff.
melody.
Man, maybe I do.
All right, here's number 9 on their list.
Driving My Life Away, Eddie Rabbit is a good song.
Guitar's Cadillac.
There you go, Scott. By
Dwight Yoakam, the hero of country music, the greatest.
Glad Dwight got on.
He
gets
the greatest.
overlooked a lot.
Love that guy.
Very tight jeans, very skinny-legged man in tight jeans.
He wears.
He drove everyone's ants crazy.
Didn't he just do a song with Post Malone?
Yeah. One of the coolest nights ever. I was stuck in traffic forever going home when I was out in L.A. and going down Sunset Strip. And then finally you get through, you see these huge lights everywhere. And I'm like, ooh, they're filming something. And you roll up and you see this beautiful white Cadillac that's a convertible and Dwight Yoakam in the back with his guitar dancing. And I was like, what a rad guy.
That's neat.
He's the coolest, man.
All right, here is, this would be number 8 on this list. Best country songs of the 80s.
Anybody?
A second here.
Is that there?
You know her dad.
You act like you were just born tonight, face down.
Never mind, I don't know.
Jenny Rogers?
Feeling all right. So who does your
Roseanne Cash.
belong to?
Really?
What?
7 or 8.
Nothing when you're feeling this way.
Okay.
Kind of like something else.
I thought they'd play songs that
I love Roseanne Cash.
I don't know what that is.
I don't even think that's her most popular song, but that's interesting.
All right, what
Well, good for
what about this one, number 7?
Yeah. Clint Black killing time,
There
dude.
we go.
Just getting in on 89.
1989.
First thing that I thought of.
When I thought I drank you off my mind. Hell yeah, Clint.
Lost in the liquor. You're the only one I find.
Married him a little Hollywood hottie.
Who's Who's he married to?
Lisa Hart Black. She was like, she was an actress that was like TV actress on all the like soapy stuff in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, yeah, she was pretty.
All right, what about this one? This is number 6 best country songs of the 80s.
Oh, hell yeah. This is Steve Earle.
Song's called?
Guitar Town. Guitar Town. Excellent song. Excellent song, dude. I'm so hyped that this made the list because I didn't think they'd put any obscure artists.
I've heard of Steve Earle.
The song rips, dude.
All right.
Get to that part where he's like, when it gets to that chorus, dude, when it starts slapping, it's an awesome song.
All right.
He loves it.
I love it.
I
want to just play it out.
I've never heard of this guy before. This is number 5.
Oh,
Great mullet.
Keith Whitley.
Man, he's incredible too.
I love that you guys know all these songs.
Keith Whitley, he died. He died
in Springfield, Missouri.
This guy's great.
It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart.
You know this, Moon?
Oh, yeah, of course. We do this with the Dirtbags.
Alison Krauss redid this song. It was awesome.
And Allison did it with Travis as well, with Randy Travis. And that duet is one of the most beautiful versions ever. But I don't know what happened. They got rid of it. Like, you can't find it streaming anywhere.
Oh, yeah?
The duet version.
Don't Close Your Eyes by Keith Whitley.
That'll do you.
I'll set it off, too, my man.
All right. What about this one? Number 4.
Oh, yeah. 1980, greatest country song of all time. Just Stop Loving Her Today.
There we go.
What points for Rafe?
Everybody knows this song.
Yeah.
Not me. Learn.
George Jones.
You will, if you hear the
related to
chorus,
him.
you know it.
Yeah.
You related to George Jones?
Yeah, he's related to everybody in Southern Illinois.
Yep. Uncle George.
And you're all half Native American,
That's
right?
right.
You're all half Native American, half George Jones.
Yeah, dude, I'm half George Jones, half Blackfoot.
Cherokee and Jones.
When you say, and then you put on a George W. Bush face, by the way.
Half Blackfoot. I feel like that's what George Bush would say 2 beers deep at a barbecue.
All Georges have that face.
Through it all,
Gosh. Fool me once, shame on George. Fool
hoping she
Shame on
me
Jones.
twice, shame on the Blackfeet.
All right, here's the 3rd best song, country song.
So far, these have been pretty much bangers.
All right, well, I know this one.
There's some notable missing so far. Oh, yeah.
Or Dolly.
Had to be on there, dude.
Have to. I thought this would have been number 1.
Double dip.
baby, when I met you, there was
Who got goosebumps?
unknown. I set out to get you like a fine tooth comb.
Written by?
Lionel Richie?
No. Mary Gibb from the Bee Gees.
Oh, that's right.
And actually, the Bee Gees do a version of this, which is excellent.
Can't touch this, though. This is a mood changing
It was
song, too.
intended for Diana Ross and Marvin Gaye to sing.
That would have been okay. That would have been good.
Probably would have been good.
They sure went a different direction, didn't they? Well, if it's not going to be over here, we should probably do it over here.
Let's get to the chorus on this one.
You can hear Barry Gibb everywhere.
Yeah.
I love this song on the Bulldog soundtrack.
What are we hearing? Doing Aaron Neville?
Give in there, kind of.
I hear the Barry Gibb and Aaron Neville.
Yeah, this is all Gibb.
We got to get those two together to do a song.
Dude, I mean,
Neville
kind of
and
hear the
Gibb.
Gibb.
Neville
after
and
you
Gibb.
mentioned it.
North American tour.
All right, here's number 2.
This is the Judds. Why not me?
That's right.
Dang.
It's like if they leave the Judds off this list, this is a problematic list.
You've been looking for love all around the world. Baby,
I don't know this one.
don't you know?
Okay.
Country girl like me.
And
You
finally,
may have known the chorus.
finally the number 1 song. Mm-hmm. What's this?
George Strait. Amarillo by morning.
Amarillo by morning. That's right.
Sounds like a live version or something.
Or recorded off of a cassette tape, off of a cassette tape,
Maybe.
off of a cassette
This is
tape.
right off my 8-track.
Amarillo by morning, up from San Antonio.
Yeah, this is a duty-free karaoke version. That's not George Strait, dude. That is George Strait sound alike.
That's George Crooked.
I'm watching George Strait sing this.
Oh, okay, maybe.
When that sun is high in that Texas.
It's a banger.
All right, so
Dude, I
those are
can't
your
believe-
top 10.
when he
Baby
was a
got her
kid.
blue jeans, didn't make it.
It was a top 50, so it could be on
Okay,
there.
okay.
Much too young to feel this damn old.
Louisiana
Well,
Saturday night. Come on.
There's a
There's
lot
some
of
notable missings.
Swinging.
Dixieland Delight
and wait,
was an 80s song. That thing survived.
If you're going to play in Texas.
Dixieland Delight gets played every wedding you go to.
You got to have a fiddle in the band?
Waylon Jennings' Dukes of Hazzard theme.
Some folks
Oh, yeah.
that have
Country Boy
birthdays
Can't
today.
Survive.
Happy birthday to my wife, Mallory.
Happy birthday.
Your birthday's tomorrow, which is wild.
Yes, we were made to be. She's a little bit younger, though. Young Gravy is 29. Clayton Kershaw is 37. Eduardo Severin. You guys know who that is?
Yes. Eduardo
the-
Saverin. He's the Facebook guy.
That's right. That is the guy who helped create Facebook and then got shut out by Zuck. He's 43. Theo Vaughn is 45. Andy Reid is 67. Bruce Willis is 70. Harvey Weinstein is 73. Glenn Close is 78. Ruth Pointer from the Pointer Sisters is 79. That's why they hired her, by the way. Like, hey, we got this band called the Pointer Sisters. Your name is Pointer. You should be in this band. And Ursula Andress, the first Bond girl. Honey Rider and Dr. No in 1962, and she's the blonde that's coming out of the water when Sean Connery hits the beach. She's 89 years old today.
Wow. What about Kenny Rogers, The Gambler? Wasn't that the 70s?
I don't know, but I was like,
80s?
they had 3 movies spin-offs. That's a pretty big song. There should have been more
Oh,
Kenny.
the Dukes of Hazzard theme should have been on there.
I said
He
that.
said that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kenny should have been more Kenny, and Fishing in the Dark, I think, was an 80s song.
Yeah.
And I feel like that song is like...
Gambler
It
came
was
out in
probably
78.
78 Gambler. It was probably in the top 50, Fishing in the Dark. All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where Fun and Fantasy meet, is Karina Taylor. And today's birthday girl has been in 85 fine films, including 18 and No Shame. She was in a movie called A-Cuppers, Backseat Bangers 9, Chicks in the Mix 1, Good Girls Doing Bad Things 3, Hot Showers 11, the infamous Bang House, Tell Me What You Want Me For, and who could forget her role?
Tell me what you want me for.
And who could forget her role in 2003's Let Me Taste It Too, Yummy.
Oh. Oh, wow.
I'm really curious to see where everybody's minds went.
I don't know. I thought she was
Sampling
like,
wedding
she was
cakes.
a Yelper going
Yeah.
around and sampling food. I don't know.
Talking about
She's a food blogger.
We talking about
Yeah,
brownies?
it's the food blog.
Girl Scout cookies?
Karina Taylor is 45 years old. It's your porno birthday. Those who happy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. Hopefully, we'll have Tom Green on the phone. It is 7:54. It is Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. For the most part, things are clear, but we have delays and increasing 270 eastbound between Tesson Ferry and Big Bend. Your point forecast, wind advisory. Low risk for severe thunderstorms this afternoon and early this evening, so look out. High of 75 right now. It's 64 at the Point Studio.
Bum, bum, bum. Hi from the outside. I mustard called 1,000 times to say I'm sorry for all things that you've done. I tried to call you, but you were not home. No, you weren't home.
We are backstage at Point Fest with a St. Louis favorite, and the great part about this today is that they're actually going to get to play. Ladies and gentlemen, highly suspect backstage at Point Fest. What's going on? welcome back. It's wonderful to see you, as always.
About the bagel loan. What is the bagel loan? It is the signature trademark loan of Stewart's American Mortgage. And when you talk to Stewart's American Mortgage, you talk to Stewie himself. He gives you his own cell phone, 314-324-4440, or you can Google the bagel loan. Now, what does the bagel loan stand for? Well, it's a signature loan. It's called the bagel loan because it looks like a zero. It covers the typical costs that are associated with closing your loan, and Stewie covers these costs on any loan, refi, or purchase starting at $200,000. And it includes all of these things, but not even limited to these. No underwriting fees, no appraisal fees, no title fees, no lender fees, no closing costs, and most importantly, the power of the pre-approval letter is in your hands, which no other provider gives you. You get max pre-approval. That way, if you find a house you love, it's your dream home, and you get in a bidding war, you don't get left out in the cold because it was the weekend and you couldn't get a hold of your loan officer. Bagel Loan Benefits helps lower your down payment costs. Less fees means more money to invest in your new home and covering moving expenses. And Stewie can make owning your first home an attainable goal. Plus, he gets you closed in 10 to 15 days, which is super duper fast. So don't wait. Call or text him on his cell phone at 314-324-4440 or Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS number 226715.
All right, here we are backstage, Wayback Point Fest, with the boys from Lit. Gentlemen, how are you? It's great to see you again.
We're doing great. Great to see you guys.
Okay, first and foremost, I hear that there is illness sweeping through the Lit camp. Can we confirm, deny what's going on?
I'd rather not use the word sweeping through because it's just one guy at the moment, and luckily we're at the tail end. We got like less than a week left of the tour.
Man, so you're hanging on.
We've been out for over 10 weeks, or about 10 weeks, and that's not bad. And
logistical question for those of us that have never had to do this. And obviously the advent of the urgent care probably changes the game a little bit. Yeah. But when you guys are in East Lansing or wherever the hell and you're nowhere near home, somebody gets sick, it gets to the point where you're like, we got to do something. What do you do?
We have doctors we can call, and they'll phone in a prescription. I'm surprised he didn't do that today.
Yeah.
Make it things hard on himself.
That's all right.
It is Labor Day. Yeah, thanks, Christian.
Well, so new album is out as we speak.
Yeah,
correct?
Album's out.
I find it very interesting to me, and it seems as though the reviewers are the first ones to point out how different a record is, where the fans, and I've seen you guys even talk about this, go, no, man, our fans know that this is, our music is a part of everything. We do a little bit of everything. So it seems like the reviewers are more surprised than the actual fans are, yes?
Yeah, I think usually for me, you're just talking about that, of course.
I'm glad it wasn't me.
Usually, and he answers the phone.
Right, that's like he's doing.
I was going to say the naysayers usually are the ones that haven't.
It's off now.
Let me see that phone. Yeah. There it is. He just totally almost his heart dropped. Are we going to edit this? Or are we just going to?
No, we're going to keep it in, man. This is how it goes.
I mean, usually people that have kind of been out of the loop over the course of the last 18 years, 20 years. And then they hear a new song.
Basement Systems, the all things basement-y experts. And of course, we know them as the all things basement-y experts. They've been locally owned and run right here in our town and serving our area since 1986. Let their family serve yours. They've been serving the St. Louis and all the way up to Springfield, Illinois, and everywhere in between for basement waterproofing, foundation repair, crawl space repair, and more. And they do a lot more. And for me, I had some neighbors tell me that, hey, you know, they can help you with your front porch because I was complaining about this big old slab of concrete that I was having issues with. And it turns out they fix sidewalks. They fix driveways. If they can raise a highway slab, they can fix your driveway. And the coolest part is not only are they going to do it, and they're going to do it expertly, but you can use it the same day. We were able to use our front porch the same day, and now I'm not worried about the thing. You know, problems with your home, you know as well as I do, they're not going to get better with time. They're going to get better with Woods. Woods is going to fix it forever. Now that is out of my mind. I don't have to stress out about that front porch situation that I had. And it was a big job, but they're up for the task for any size job. Woods Basement Systems, the all things basement-y experts. There is a special waiting for you at moonloveswoods.com. That website is moonloveswoods.com.
Hey, so welcome back to the farm. In the last video, you saw me on the tractor with the brush hog in the field, trying to get everything all good. Kind of a pain. So I called in reinforcements. My friends from McCoy Construction and Forestry, they're here, and they brought toys. Hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on, Riz?
Chad and Steve and Mike. Okay, so we got some mowers because I need some help in the field.
Absolutely.
So you guys saw me with the big brush hog, and I can't, with the elderberry plants out there, I can't really get close to the plants with that big brush hog.
Sure.
So this is for more of a precision cut.
Yes, absolutely. That allow you to get a little closer to those elderberries. So at this point, this is a bad boy commercial zero-turn machine.
It literally is a bad boy. It says bad boy on it.
And it'll cut a lot of grass in that pasture up there for you. It's a 60-inch cut. Want to hop on and see if you can get this thing going?
I have no idea what to do.
Well, that's a seat. Let's start off by sitting in the seat.
No, I know
there.
I can sit in the seat. I know this is a seat.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to get in the seat.
Yeah.
All right.
Give her a crank.
All right. We've started.
Yeah. Next.
Okay, now.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, what do I do? I put the brake down?
Yep, you got the brake on the left-hand side.
Brake down, okay.
These guys are going to bring into your center, so for left and right drive tires.
Okay, oh boy.
And now you're able to drive this thing wherever you want.
Now backwards is which way? This way? Oh,
yeah, hey, oh, hey.
Look, Chad, I'm doing it!
You're doing it, man, you're doing it.
I'm doing it! Hey, let's do a practice mode before we get out to the field.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, it's a lot easier. Look at me use the zero turn. I'm going to do another lap. Dude.
Well done, man, well done.
Is this maybe street legal?
Absolutely. It's a bad boy, remember.
Yeah, I can take this bad boy anywhere. So, Chad, what I think we should do is I think you should get on that one, and then let's go down to the field, and we'll mow a row or two.
Sounds good. Let's do it. All right. Let's do it.
Hey, before we go,
All right, welcome back to the Riz Show. Without further ado, let's go to the celebrity hotline. And ladies and gentlemen, joining us from, where are you right now?
I'm in Kansas City.
And joining us from Kansas City, Mr. Tom Green.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Doing well. Welcome back
on
to
the road again.
Well, last time you were here, when was Tom here last time? It was,
oh, man, a couple years 18, at least.
You were still living in your van.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was traveling in my van. There was a little bit of a misunderstanding. I was never actually officially living in the van down by the river, but having a lot of fun camping and touring around in it, for sure.
Well, and it's funny what you say. I mean, listen, it wasn't just a van. It was like a souped up, is it a van? I mean, it was a souped up van, though.
Yeah, you know what's funny, though? I'm actually traveling in the van now. The van. I'm using it as my touring vehicle now. It's awesome, and when I'm not, staying in a hotel on tour, we just spent the last, few weeks traveling around, going out into the southwestern desert locations and camping and doing some filming and putting stuff up on my YouTube channel. So yeah, it's made by a company called Boho. They take Ram ProMaster vans and they convert them into these really cool sort of desert camping vehicles,
Yeah, because when you say somebody's living in a van, you're thinking, oh, dude, poor Tom Green is down on his luck.
Yeah.
And his fiance. Is your fiance with you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He's in his van. He spent all that Freddie got fingered money. Now he's just.
And he lives in the desert somewhere. Because you were like a nomad for how many years?
Well, no, I mean I wasn't like living in it. I was living in Los Angeles, and I would go out for a week or two, and I'd go explore some Native American ruins, and I'd go to Monument Valley, and I'd do camping and go to different national parks and things like that.
That's awesome.
But it is funny, though, how many people come up to me and say, hey, man, I'm sorry you're living in your van, or are you still living in that van? But it's fun, though, because I shot a lot of videos with it, and it's really pretty amazing way to see the country.
Dude,
for sure.
I love it, too. And you had a music studio in there. I mean, I like to travel. I think the southwestern United States is one of the most beautiful parts of the planet. You were kind of living a dream of sorts. And I really love everything you do. Especially with the van stuff, I thought it was super inspiring, and it was really good to see somebody doing that kind of stuff, especially with your attitude towards it all. I love it.
It kind of inspired me to to leave Los Angeles. Actually, I lived in Los Angeles for 20 years, and then during the pandemic, I got this van, and my dog Charlie and I were traveling around and doing photography and video and stuff. But I'd wake up every morning and the middle of the desert with the sun coming up over a mountain all by myself. I thought, man, I don't want to live in the city anymore. So I moved back to Canada, and I got a farm up there now, and I've got a mule and a donkey, and I get up in the morning now, and I look at the sunset coming up over the mountain, and I ride my mule off into the wilderness. So
That's
it's
awesome.
I kind of like the
whole
legend.
new life for me.
I like the kind of legend of Tom Green roaming, like Highlander.
That's amazing.
Like roaming the country.
I love it.
With no place to go, just wherever he wants to go.
If we knew each other better,
Yeah.
if I was in your circle, I would have asked to join you. I would have been like,
and he would have said no.
Yeah.
He did it alone.
No, you
Well,
have to get your
that's
own
what-
van.
I understand.
Well, that's what I'm doing now. I was just up in the Bears Ear National Monument in Utah, just hiking off into the desert and looking at all sorts of Native American ruins and stuff. So it's really cool. And I am with my fiance right now, so she's like, "Wow, I made it. I'm living in a van down by the river now with the guy from Freddie Got Fingered."
Do you take any of your animals with you when you travel like this?
Yeah, Charlie's with us, my dog Charlie. So, but I have we now at the farm we have a mule and a donkey and chickens and 2 horses, and they don't come in the van.
Who's watching the mule while you're gone?
Sometimes my parents stay at my place, but I have a farmhand that looks after the farm when I'm gone, and it's an amazing new thing. I just did a new show about it. It's on Prime Video. It's called Tom Green Country, and you can see Fanny the mule, which is amazing. I didn't grow up with animals or horses or anything like that, so it's been an amazing experience.
How much
mules
land do you
are half
have?
horse, What's that?
How much land do you have?
Well, I got a little bit, 150 acres.
Nice.
So I got a
Good
lot.
for you.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm watching the trailer, and it is gorgeous spot.
Yeah, lots of room to ride around, and it's out in the Canadian wilderness. So even if I ride off the property, there's logging roads and trails that go off into the hills, and I can go really. I can get lost out there for sure.
So it's official. You're done with Los Angeles. Probably no plans to return.
Well, I got a show there in a few weeks, but other than that,
I just mean to live. Like you're done living in Los Angeles.
Yeah, no. It's kind of exciting. I'm resettled here, not far from where I grew up. My parents live down the road, and I'll be there for the rest of my life now. I love this. This farm is amazing.
Do you hunt?
Planting trees and. I'm not really a big hunter. I mean, I might start hunting turkeys though. I do actually have a lot of turkeys there, so that looks kind of appealing. But there's a lot of animals on the property. There's deer, and a lot of my friends and neighbors hunt. So I may join them one of these years.
When you bought the property, did people come onto your land and go, "Hey, could I use this to hunt"? Have you been asked before?
The thing is, there's so much land in Canada. There's so much space, so people just. Haven't really had to hunt on my property because I'm just surrounded by millions of acres of wilderness, So they'll just go hunt in the Crown land and on different sort of different land. But yeah,
I feel like that was kind of an unintended consequence of COVID. Like a lot of comedians I know, I feel like the Stockholm syndrome of LA kind of got broken in everyone. Like Kyle Kinane is a friend. He bought a van, moved to Oregon. There were a few, and I feel like a lot of comics kind of made the exodus out of L.A. You think it was just having that reflective time to be like, hey, I think I'd rather live my life in a different way?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, and I think also it was like this moment where everybody realized, oh, we can do these Zoom calls now.
Yeah.
Whenever we need to have a business meeting in L.A., and as opposed to sitting in the 405 in traffic for an hour to drive to Santa Monica, we'll just jump on a Zoom call and we can kind of, do whatever we need to do without having to actually be in LA. No one has to be anywhere anymore, But for me, it was that, it was the restrictions in air travel, not being able to just get on a plane and go home and be with your family. So I just wanted to be close. Yeah, I think we're all kind of hunkering down now. We're anything can happen now. So I'm doomsday prepping up there in
Good.
Nice.
That's good.
in the wilderness. I've got apple trees. I'm planting fruit trees, and there's like you said, there's lots of wildlife there, lots of deer. So if anything were to happen, I could probably live off the land out there, no problem,
Tom, I need to know how your parents are doing. I remember watching the Tom Green show in the 90s, and your parents were so much a part of the show. And I mean, how is your family?
Yeah, they're doing great. They're actually a big part of the new TV show too. So on Prime, they're kind of messing with me now a lot on the show, so they pull a prank on me in the show. I won't say what it is, but it kind of relates to the old show, and they they're always kind of when you go home to your family when you're an adult and you go home and see your parents, it's kind of like they still treat you like you're a teenager. So it's kind of fun. A lot of the interactions I have with them on the show, we go working in the garden and stuff, and they're just kind of bossing me around a lot on camera. It's a different kind of show. It's not like the Tom Green show from back in the day where I was running around pulling pranks on people. It's more, it's a docu-series. There's a lot of really funny interactions with them, and a lot of real interactions with people and my neighbors and friends, and it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun.
And this is on Prime. Is it coming out every week? I know it just came out in January, right?
Yeah, it's a 4-episode limited series. It's called Tom Green Country, and then there's a documentary called "This Is the Tom Green Documentary," which is about the history of the Tom Green Show, and a stand-up special also called "I Got a Mule."
Which, by the way, you keep referring to yourself as the guy from Freddy Got Fingered. Do you feel it's a movie that has a huge cult following? Do you feel like people are talking about it more now than the past couple of years?
Yeah, it's kind of weird actually, because when the movie came out on the opening weekend, I kind of was made to feel like I was like the devil or something like that for putting this thing out. It was just such a sort of a backlash in a way to the movie because it was so crazy, and it was all the reviews and stuff. But now it's like been it's wild. People come up to me every day and say, "Daddy, would you like some sausage on the street?" I haven't had a day in the last 20 years where someone hasn't said, "Daddy, would you like some sausage?" Which is another reason why I should have never made the movie. But no, no, it's awesome. It's really fun. It just got put in the Criterion collection, believe it or not. So it's.
Does anyone have the decency to offer you actual sausage when they ask you that question?
Yeah.
It has happened, actually. People have brought sausage to the show. So.
Did you eat it?
He talks
no, I do not.
Sausage.
Oh, I don't know. I don't.
He's a classy
man. I don't eat random sausage.
That's good
I don't eat random sausage.
Now we know.
Tom Green is a classy man. Do you remember what came out that weekend? I mean, do you remember? I'm sure you do. What the weekend Freddy Got Fingered came out? What else came out that weekend?
Yeah, it was like the Crocodile Dundee third sequel or whatever it was, and I've heard a lot of rumors from people because the movie was sort of R-rated. Freddy Got Fingered. I don't know if this is true, but I heard a lot of rumors from a lot of young people who were buying tickets to Crocodile Dundee and going to the Freddy Got Fingered movie. So Paul Hogan owes me a check.
I'm sure. I'm sure he does. That does make sense. I was always scared to buy a ticket for one movie and sneak into another. I was such a chicken.
Oh yeah, not me. I would just sneak in. Period. I wouldn't even buy a ticket. When I was a kid. I used to have this way of. I'm not encouraging people to do this. Okay, I find if you walk confidently, into a movie theater, usually nobody stops you. But I love this video that's going around on TikTok. Have you seen the one where people put on hard hats and then they just carry a ladder?
Oh, that's. Oh yeah. We talked about that before that came out. Like if you carry a ladder anywhere, nobody will ever stop you.
Yeah. I love that. That to me is genius. So that's kind of how I used to go to the movies, just without the ladder. You just walk in as if you're doing something. it's probably more fun though to actually carry a ladder around with you everywhere anyway.
sure.
So
But we encourage everybody to bring their ladders down to the pageant on Friday. Hey, just so you know,
absolutely. If you bring a ladder to the show, you can come in free. I'm telling you right
Awesome. You heard it here first.
See you soon.
You get to keep the ladder, though. You're putting it on the van.
Bring a ladder to the show, and I will let you in free.
Would you like to
promise.
guess? Would you like to guess the Rotten Tomatoes score of Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles, the movie that came out the same weekend as Freddy Got Fingered? What is the Rotten Tomatoes score of Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles? Tom Green, would you like to guess?
Oh, I don't know why I like Crocodile Dundee. I mean, I love that. That's not a knife. That's a knife. I love that movie. That was
one. This is Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles.
The one that competed with Freddy Got Fingered that weekend.
This was Crocodiles on Rodeo.
I don't want to hate on Crocodile Dundee. I'm assuming it's not good by the tone of your voice, but I personally would love to see Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. I mean,
well, it's available. Okay, so we'll ask you this then: did Freddy Got Fingered get a higher Rotten Tomatoes rating or a lower one than Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles?
Geez, I don't know. I doubt it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner between the two on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
Freddy Got Fingered.
Freddy Got Fingered got a higher score.
Now, if you're the winner on Rotten Tomatoes, if you're the winner on Rotten Tomatoes, does that mean you're the loser on Rotten Tomatoes? I don't know.
No, yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. You actually beat them by 1%.
Well, it's Crocodile Dundee's 11% to Freddy Got Fingered's 12%. But you actually were you the first one to accept a Razzie in person?
I was, yeah. And the New York Times gave it a great review, by the way. You can see A.O. Scott's review of Freddy Got Fingered. And it was actually given a really good review. Actually, he talks about that in my documentary too. So although it was kind of misunderstood by the Roger Eberts of the world, it was now in the Criterion collection, and people who were paying attention did actually find it was kind of an interesting movie. It's a really I directed it, I wrote it with my friend, and we were just kids trying to make. It's kind of weird. Like the show was sort of such a hit at the time on MTV that when I was given the opportunity to make these movies, I was just saying no to all these movies, and we just wrote our own script. And then when 20th Century Fox said they'd make the movie, they wanted to give me another director to direct it. I said, no, I want to direct it. And then they let me direct it because it was the only way I was going to make the movie. And they kind of got behind it. And, it was kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, really, to be able to be a kid with really, this kind of when you're young, you're kind of naive. We were just thinking we're going to make the craziest movie ever, and that's what we set out to do. And we did it, and actually pretty stoked that we got to do that.
It's amazing your career because a lot of stuff. Because of you, we know today, like, you were the first person to go and accept a Razzie in person. Now it's like a cool thing to do.
Yeah. Podcast.
Joe Rogan credits you with him starting his podcast.
Yeah, he's always been really cool about that, Joe. I go on his show all the time, and, there's a video going around right now of him on my web show back in the day. It wasn't even called a podcast. The word podcast hadn't invented yet, but in the early 2000s, it was actually right after Freddy Got Fingered. I sort of say sometimes, when you make a movie like Freddy Got Fingered and then you want to do a TV show, you have to build a TV studio in your living room.
Yes. Yes.
And so that's what I did. I really wanted to do a talk show, and I just built a TV studio in my living room in around 2005, I guess it was. And it was right when video technology was getting fast enough to be able to stream video online.
Dude, you were the first. That was 10 years before everybody was doing it.
Tom was the first.
I mean, the first.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's like there's some other guys are credited with inventing the podcast because they did actually do the first show that was actually called a podcast, which was like a streaming radio show. And I think that was a couple years after I started my web show. But essentially what we were doing at the house was a podcast in the sense that I built a studio in my house, And I invited all the comedians in LA up, and people were coming up. It was funny because you can go back at the old clips, which a lot of them aren't online, but you go back at the old clips and you'll see people come up and look around and go, wow, you could actually do your own show. You don't need to deal with anybody. And then, then they'd go off and sort of a couple years later, a lot of my guests would go start a podcast. Like I had Adam Carolla on and Joe Rogan and just Dr. Drew was on all the time, and Steve-O was on all the time, and
in fact,
Jimmy Kimmel was on all the time.
I
and
watched
it was
a video yesterday of you. You were one of the first people to start fighting with 4chan.
Oh yeah. Well, that was kind of fun. Yeah, it was kind of a ridiculous. But basically, I had a phone on my desk, and I kind of wanted people to call in, and it was just like an controlled line,
Yeah, no phone screen or anything. It would just ring on your desk.
Yeah, I would just answer, and people would sort of prank me, basically. So it kind of it turned into the call in and prank the show on the internet. But it was like when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was whenever there was a phone in radio show in my when I was 12 years old. This was, I think, when I realized I wanted to get into broadcasting, because I would call into CFRA in Ottawa, and I would prank the phone-in talk show, and it was one of my favorite things to do was I'd call in and I'd pretend I was my friend's parents, and I would call in and I would start complaining about my son and how he was razz one of my friends on the radio and record it on a cassette tape and then pass it around to all my friends at school. So, I always loved prank calls, and at the time, it was the only show on the internet that was live, that you could call into. So I kind of created a forum for people all around the world to call in and mess with me. It was fun.
Basically, what we've learned here, the lesson is that Tom Green is a seer, or you're from the future. You're from 10 years in the future. So the question is, what should we be focusing on now so we can be mega successful in 10 years? Because you have been in front of everything in entertainment in the last 25 years.
He was Jackass before Jackass existed.
That's what I mean. Like,
you got the van life going.
If we haven't learned by now, we're never going to learn. But the lesson here is that Tom Green's 10 years ahead.
We invest in Tom Green Farms.
You know what? At a time when I built my web show in my living room, people were literally talking to me like I was crazy. Like they were like, "What are you doing, building a TV studio in your house?" And so, basically, just look at what I'm doing now. Move out to the middle of the wilderness and get a mule. And grow your own food. That's what I'm doing.
My wife is listening.
I've always wanted to ask you this question. So I've watched the show all the time, and I just loved your cameos in movies. And one of the best cameos that you had, or one of the stars of the movie, is Road Trip. And when you put the mouse in your mouth, was that like a one-take scene, or did you have to do that many times?
What's weird about that is, I wasn't. Well, I guess it's obvious what's weird about that. I don't really have to elaborate further. But the whole thing. It wasn't actually supposed to go in my mouth. In the script, I was just like supposed to hold it by the tail and sort of I was supposed to feed it to the snake, and I was kind of holding it above my face, talking to it, and it kind of one take, it kind of grabbed my lip, and I kind of sensed it, would go in my mouth if I just sort of lowered it.
Yeah.
And so it just crawled in my mouth, and the whole, this was Todd Phillips' first movie, by the way, who did, The Hangover and the Joker movies. This was his very first movie, and Ivan Reitman, the legendary, Canadian director of Ghostbusters, and was the producer, so he was on set, and everybody just sort of screamed, this mouse was in my mouth, and it was the most surreal thing because it kind of really just crawled in there, and then it just sort of curled up on my tongue, and it just kind of just kind of sat there, and we finished the take, and the whole set was kind of laughing, and I took the mouse out and gave it back to the mouse wrangler. They had a special mouse person there, and then they said, "Okay, let's do it again." And then we did. We had to do it like 10 more times or something. So,
and was Tom?
And every time the mouse, right on cue, the most professional, show business mouse, it hit its mark every time. Went right back, curled up. Yeah.
Yeah. Did Todd Phillips go? I love that whole mouse in the mouth thing. Let's do that again.
We did. We had to do it a few more times for sure. Yeah, but yeah. In fact, I even went on the Tonight Show. There's a clip online where I went on the Tonight Show, and Judge Judy was the guest, and I was the second guest, and it was on Jay Leno. And I brought a mouse out, and it was when the movie Road Trip was coming out. And it's just so out of control. This talk show appearance. I put the mouse in my mouth, and then Judge Judy's there, and I'm like getting sort of up to Judge Judy's face with this mouth is in my mouth, and she's kind of freaking out. And I look at it, and I think to myself, man, I was nuts. I was just completely nuts. Yeah, but I was a kid, and I was kind of just always felt like whenever I went on a talk show, I had to do something insane, because I grew up watching Letterman, and I loved watching, when Chris Elliott would come out and do something crazy. And I just kind of, when I had the opportunity to go on a talk show, and back in the 90s, I always wanted to go on and do something crazy. So, but
I do want to ask you one more thing before I let you go. As far as you being a talk show host, when MTV gave you your own talk show, and tell me if this is true or not. So you convinced them to buy you a $20,000 desk.
Well, it might have been 10,000, and they didn't buy it. What it was we redesigned our set based off of Johnny Carson's first set in New York City. So we had we wanted to make a desk that looked exactly was exactly a replica of Johnny Carson's first desk. I know where this is going, by the way. Yeah. And so we built this desk, and it was set designed. It was all specially crafted, so it looked exactly like Johnny Carson's desk. And then of course, Jesse James Dupree from Jackal came on. This sort of became a legendary kind of moment on the show where people sometimes get mad at me about it because he came on and he chainsawed up the desk, and I was upset,
That's all I'm asking. Were you genuinely upset? Because you looked pretty pissed off.
Yeah, I was genuine. Well, it's a weird question to answer because it's hard to even understand, I think, for normal people who don't really understand television, because I've had to explain myself over the years about this, because I was upset, but then in my mind I'm like, oh cool, this is an opportunity for me to get upset at my guest, just like when Crispin Glover came out and tried to kick him, or when Harvey Picar came on, or when Cher called him something, or when things broke down on television. That was always my favorite part of Letterman, the anarchy of it. Mm-hmm. And nothing looks more chaotic on television when the host is actually upset, and they have to cut to commercial break, So this was the only opportunity I'd ever had, because people would come on my show and be nice, and I would have to be nice to them. But so because he cut up my desk that we just built, and I was upset, I said, okay, I'm gonna run with this. I'm gonna get upset,
Yeah.
So I just told him how I felt about it, and it got really uncomfortable. And it's one of my favorite moments of the show, and we always loved that moment of the show so much. And then years later, it went viral, and people were like, "Oh, look at Tom Green! He can dish it out, but he can't take it," But people didn't realize that actually in my head, I was just kind of so happy that this was happening,
Yeah, it's a classic.
I wasn't happy that he cut up I wasn't happy that he cut up the desk. I was happy that I got to get mad at somebody for real,
Yeah, everybody go check out that clip. It's a classic, TV clip. Tom Green and Jesse James Dupree from Jackal. Hey, listen, Tom, you're going to be at the pageant on Friday night. Our buddy Tim Convey's opening up for you. Tickets are available. Go to the pageant.com, thepageant.com. And what else you got going on? You got the stand-up thing. We got the.
I'm playing music too. Actually, I've got a new country album out, which is kind of the soundtrack to my new show on Prime Video. It's called Home to the Country. It's on Spotify. It's a full album. And I'm bringing my guitar with me, and at the end of my stand-up show, I kind of do a little comedy music and play a couple actual songs from the soundtrack. So, yeah, play a song on the radio. Play my title track, "Home to the Country," or any other track on there. And
doesn't have a lot of F-bombs or anything, does it?
No, it's all super positive songs about moving back to the country and living on my farm, and there's a few cover songs on there too, and that's actually why I'm playing music venues. I'm playing a lot of music venues right now on this tour, and the shows, pretty much, the full stand-up show, and then the end of the show, I play a few songs. It's a lot of fun.
Did you grow up a country music fan?
Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of rap music. Actually, I mean, I've always liked country music, but I was when I was in high school, I was in a rap group, and I always liked making music. So I've always recorded music, but in the last, actually during the pandemic, I stuck at home and I sort of started picking up my guitar and my piano and trying to, work on my music playing. So I started writing this album then, and it's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man. Well, welcome back to St. Louis. The pageant, you'll love the venue. Great crew, great sound. You'll love playing it.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time and spending a half hour with us. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend, the Renaissance man, Tom Green. Be safe out there, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys. That's so nice. Appreciate it. Thank you.
There he is. Great Tom Green.
How cool is that?
That's incredible.
He's exactly how I wanted him to be.
I really like
on
that
the
guy.
phone.
He's still one of my favorite interviews.
There's so many viral things of him online that you could just go look up and get caught in a Tom Green vortex. Definitely look up that Jesse James Dupree Jackal situation.
And him going to get caramels. Do you remember that whole scene where he was came down from the mountains to get caramels in town?
No, but I remember he was married to Drew Barrymore, and that's cool as hell too.
And their house burned down.
And then their house burned down.
He was the predecessor for a lot. I was going to ask him about it, but I was curious if Eric Andre's ever invited him on that show, because he literally takes a chainsaw to his desk. He does it himself in front of his guests to make them uncomfortable. And I'm like, that Tom Green was kind of the predecessor to the Eric Andre show.
Okay, so let me put the audio on. Here, go back a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, this. Jesse James Dupree, the lead singer Jackal, is famous for
the lumberjack,
sawing up things on stage and coming out with a chainsaw. This is the dude. And there's Tom Green's $10,000 Johnny Carson desk.
Right away, he starts looking around. Wait a second, is he actually doing this?
He just starts sawing it up.
He writes Tom with the chainsaw.
Yeah, and then buries the blade, buries the chain in the corner of the desk. Yeah.
Gosh.
And now he's starting to back up and he's cutting more.
He just
and Tom's
cuts
going,
it up.
No, don't do that.
He just cuts up the desk. All right, listen, we got to take a break. We'll talk to Chris Kerber next. Blues win last night, still in the hunt for that last wild card spot as we make the push to the playoffs. But I will tell you this, the Blues are very upset with us. And that's a truthful thing. And he'll explain why.
I already know why.
You already know
Friday.
why? Well,
yes.
Don't give it away.
I'm not giving it away. I'm just saying last Friday.
Yeah. 8:33, Wednesday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We got a crash 270 northbound just after 44. Your point forecast wind advisory. Also low risk for severe thunderstorms this afternoon and early this evening. High of 75. Right now it's 64 at the Point Studio.
Aha! Welcome back to the farm. So today's a special day because I got Mark from Colonel Landscaping here. Hey, Mark.
How's it going?
So Mark brought us a gift, the gift of a tree. So Mark, what is it? What does this symbolize? What is this tree? What do we call this?
So this would be kind of like a statement tree. Or a memorial tree sometimes. Moving on to a new piece of land. You put this thing in there, it grows along with you as you grow with the land.
Well, memorial would be like if I died and then you plant this over me. So we'll call this a statement tree.
Statement tree.
So this is a statement tree courtesy of Mark and Colonel Landscaping for Riz Farms here, which will be put up in front of the house and it'll be on the farm for forever.
Yep.
All right, so Mark, what kind of tree is this?
This is an autumn blaze maple. So it's going to get beautiful fall colors. It's a relatively fast grower, so it's going to get nice and big, give the house some shade.
Oh, awesome. So we need to put this into the ground, which I've never planted a tree before, so...
Oh, you're going to get your education today.
Oh, nice.
On your future, imagine transforming your life and career in just a couple months, and you could do this with Centric. Find out how you could train for a new IT career in as little as 4 months with St. Louis's leading IT training company, that's Centric. Centric is the longest-running, most experienced entry-level tech training program in the country. And their programs train you on the most current technologies employers are using because, unlike four-year schools, they could quickly adapt the curriculum to match changes in the job market. And they help you land that job. They know that's the ultimate goal, land an IT job. That's why Job Search Assistant is a huge part of the program. Now, in addition to your technical training, they know there are other skills that you need to have developed to help you find that right job. Centric's Career Services team provides students with seminars and workshops and other services throughout your training that prepare you for your job search, and they will ultimately help you land that new IT job. Over 1,700 companies have hired Centric grads. You're next. Centric.com/Riz, CENTRIQ.com/Riz.
Oh, hey, how's it going, man? Hey, good to see you, good to see you. Have a seat, man. Just wanted to have a chat with you, King Scott's Virginity, just to talk with you real fast and just to say, first of all, thank you for everything that you've done for King Scott and for his lovely fiance. And I also wanted to say that you've been such a big part of our lives, you know, whether it's the show or just in our personal lives. And relationships end, and it's time for you to go. And I didn't want you to be shocked, to be surprised or anything, so I wanted to give you an idea of what's going to be happening on the wedding night, what's to come, so to speak. So when two people are in love, they get married, and then after they get married, they normally go away somewhere, someplace beautiful, and then they get, you know what I mean? Like, they will go behind doors. I recommend going behind doors, and you so that bitch can't get out. You show her God. You know what I'm saying? This is how you show her. And so strong because she ain't never seen it before. And you drill. Okay, you know how when man first landed on the moon? That's what we're gonna do. She is your moon, and you are gonna take your flag, and you are gonna. No, it's gonna be fine. They're in love. If they got married, seriously, it's gonna be over. We're gonna miss you. We love you. We miss you, but you gotta go. Beautiful. If you need more information, I've got a website. It's jerfinoff@gmail.com. It's all good.
How are you, everybody? Donnie Fandango, and I am very lucky. And
one of my good friends was eating sauce on the side calzones over his sink last night.
That was me.
And that was made me so happy, Riz. Thank you for getting the Blarney Zone and eating the pastrami over your sink.
Can I tell you what I got? So I ordered for myself. I got a large Caesar salad because I love their dressing.
Yeah.
And that salad's always like fresh made, and they got the pesto croutons. So I got a large Caesar salad with pesto chicken in it.
Nice.
And then I got the Blarney Zone calzone, which I only ate half of it.
Fantastic. Leftovers.
I have leftovers for lunch today.
That's perfect.
Which I will stick in the toaster oven when I get home and enjoy it.
That's kind of the best thing about sauce on the side. So the calzones are huge.
Huge.
And so if you are somebody who's like, all right, I like to have leftovers, you will have leftovers if you so wish.
I could have eaten the whole thing, and I just would have felt terrible about myself.
Sure.
Because I ate the entire salad.
That's good.
But I'll say, but it's like sauce on the side 2 days in a row now. It's great.
It's a double dose of deliciousness. And guess what? It's a local eatery. So I love that. I love that they've grown so much in 12 years and there's 12 locations. And chances are there's a sauce on the side near you. So if you want it for delivery, you want to go sit on their patio, you want to, pick it up, take it to your sink and eat it at home. I mean, tag us in that. Sauceontheside.com.
Oh, let's do it now.
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now. Okay, so wait, and Clovis, I don't think you have a clue how bad this this gun hurts. Would you like an example? Would you like to try? Would you put your butt on the line and?
You guys can shoot me.
Yeah. Have Scott. How about you shoot Clonvis first?
Can I take one
shot in the
Can I take one of his shots and give him 4?
What? No.
Oh, that's happened. I'd like to. I mean, just as a gesture.
I mean, that's a pretty.
Goodwill.
That's a pretty amazing friend right there.
In tribute?
Or I'll take one and I'll still shoot him 5 times.
I had 4 last week, and I'll tell you, it was excruciating.
I'm interested to see if it's as bad as you guys say, or if you're hamming it up. So I'm willing to take a shot.
Yeah, okay. I would love for you to take a shot to see if we're hamming it up.
Fine. Shoot me. You know what? He'll take one of your shots.
You're amazing.
Shoot me.
All right, good.
Holy smokes.
He's going to take one of your shots. Wow, I'm such a pushover today.
Thank you. All right, let's do it.
It's because I'm in a good mood.
Okay. So do you get to, who's going to shoot me?
Scott will shoot you first.
Okay. Okay.
It's only fair. Respect.
I got to take my butt out?
Yeah, now put it up against the, go up against the wall there. Just your undies.
See if
He's
his
got a
cheeks
lot of
have
gear.
rosy red marks on them.
Clive has got a lot of gear. He's got take off.
Oh, sorry.
All right, here we go. Let me see what kind of undies
this
Clive
line
is
right
wearing.
All right, what kind of undies?
The
There's
good
probably
kind?
a belt buckle on his undies.
They're Halloween underwear.
Oh, happy Halloween.
Halloween underwear,
yeah.
yes.
Those are great.
Oh, those are great.
All right.
They got skeletons on them.
Okay, bend down there, Scott. Level out.
You want to count down?
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Count it down. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that hurt.
He's
That
laughing.
hurts.
What happened? Did you hit him in the middle?
Yeah.
That hurts, man.
It hurts worse than you thought, right?
Yeah, boy, it does. It doesn't sound like it's going to hurt, and then it feels like somebody stung me or pinched me or something.
It gets much worse with 3 or 4.
Not only that, it doesn't hurt at first, but then it gets
Yeah, it's getting
builds.
worse. Yeah.
And I'm nervous because I have to pee so bad. I'm like, I better not go right now.
Yeah, I got to pee too. That didn't help, man.
I
right,
appreciate,
thank you for
I
taking that.
appreciate you
That's-
being honest with
big.
the pain, but the fact that you just laughed at it, like that's
You can't, because it's such an a feeling.
It sounds like.
You can't describe it first, and it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah,
You want to try to? It's either laughing or crying. You want him to cry?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe laughing is crying for a clown. Perhaps he's crying.
Yeah, I'm all mixed up.
All right, give him 4. Give him 4.
Go over there, Scott. Take
Right
your
here.
punishment like a man.
So this is your line right here. Go up to this line.
Now you're gonna alternate cheeks.
Yeah,
You want,
go down
or
on
Scott, do you
one
want?
knee just to get
Do you want 2 on 1?
No. Run left, right.
left, right.
kind of a bullseye guy.
Boy, Scott's got a small tush, by the way.
No, because then that's where make sure it's on the cheek.
Yeah, hit the cheek. Scott's got a small tush, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's cute.
Ready? Count it down.
2, 1. Oh, 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Same spot. Oh, baby.
Oh man.
I love how he goes, I'm kind of a bullseye.
What a fun game.
That's fun, isn't that?
Oh, that stings so bad.
You could cry, Scott. It's okay.
There you go,
My
buddy.
stomach feels good now.
Well, that's that. Let's put the gun back in
oh,
mothballs.
man.
That's it for the year.
I'm wearing
Pretty
jeans
fun.
next year. That's it.
That is fun, isn't it? It's Royce Jewelry, the exclusive jeweler and the official jeweler of the Riz Show. Now, you're going to get that engagement ring, okay? And it's going to set the table for your marriage, honestly.
It's a good way of putting it. It's a good way of putting it.
You could go the no effort way, and like we talked about earlier this week, go to Temu and buy a $38 knockoff coming from wherever, or you can actually put some effort in and show the person that you're going to marry that you actually care, and go to More Choice Jewelry.
Yeah, listen, and if we need to make it about you and not the gift receiver, then go for yourself and know that, A, you can check out the watches or whatever else that may be there for you, but also know that you are going to feel great about the purchase because you know you're not going to be taken advantage of. You know you got max value for the piece, and you know that Moritz-Royce not only has the expertise but will work within your budget. You can tell them whatever your budget is, and you will get the best piece available on the planet. You know what I mean? The best thing possible for you. So you'll feel just as good as the gift receiver.
They are the best in the business, no doubt. Moritz Royce Jewelry. Go to ninjabling.com. Get the phone number, get the address. The exclusive jeweler of the Riz Show, Moritz Royce Jewelry, where you get the jewels and not the shaft.
Well, here we are at the Chaffetz Arena, gigantic show tonight with the Killers, joined by Brandon and Ronnie. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Well, I got a good hypothetical to ask Chris, and everybody here in the studio too. It's based on a real life story, something we talked about yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Kerber. Good morning, Chris.
Hi, guys. How is everybody?
Hey, before you start yelling at us, okay? I do want to bring up a hypothetical.
Okay.
And this,
wait, am I supposed to be? Am I supposed to be yelling at people today?
Well, you know, we talked last week.
I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, now you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, in a second for that. Okay, did you hear about this guy that got scalded by the Starbucks coffee?
I did not.
Okay, so delivery driver, this happened a couple years ago, was picking up an order through the drive-thru window of Starbucks, and a Starbucks employee failed to secure the lid properly, and the coffee spilled in his lap, okay? And he suffered extreme damage to his genitals. Okay, I'm talking like a direct shot to his lap. Scalding hot coffee. I don't know if he was wearing thin shorts. I don't know what was going on there. But it was a debilitating genital injury. Now, he just won $50 million. Do you take the trade-off, Chris?
Do they still work?
They are, nope. They have, let's say the scalding renders the boys useless. $50 million. I'll let you mull on that, Chris. I'll go to Moon first.
Okay, so
$50 million.
The berries are inoperable.
The berries.
Twig good?
Twig is...
The twig is okay. I mean...
It looks like Freddy Krueger now.
Oh. As if it didn't before.
Yeah, it never looked that good to begin with.
Oh, shoot. $50 million.
$50 million, man. That's life-changing money.
43 years old. You know what?
Man, you could travel. You and Mallory could
buy
a good van and travel the country.
I've had an exceptional life. I will go ahead and take the trade. Yes.
You got to take the money.
Yeah.
Learn.
I'm taking the money.
Taking the money. Rafe.
Burn my sack with an acetylene torch. Give me the money.
Taking the money. King Scott.
Man, my wife would be quite upset because we are trying to have children. So I guess I would take the money and she can accidentally have child. I'll
with
pay
somebody else.
Yeah. We'll just get like a
pay somebody
superhuman.
to impregnate your wife. Okay.
Goodness gracious, adoption
Love a plan.
exists.
Didn't know it was going there.
You can get Momoa juice for $50 million and have plenty left over.
Oh, easy, yeah.
And have a connection.
Kerber taking the money. $50 million.
Yeah, at 43, I wouldn't have more kids anyway, so yeah, I'll take the money.
Yeah, I'm taking the money too. All right, good. We all agree. We all agree. All right, Chris, I got a text message from you on Friday afternoon. I'm sitting on my couch watching I think I was watching Severance, watching a program. Chris texts me, and you want to explain why people are upset?
Yeah, well, you guys did that really popular top 10 things from St. Louis list.
Yeah.
And I get a text from our digital department after you posted it on social media, and it was actually a great question. It said, "Hey, how's Riz Night with the Cardinals doing?"
I know.
And I started laughing. I started laughing at that, and so I sent it. So I sent it to you, Riz. And then I got the fun stories. Like I mean, I can't look. When you pick 10 things from St. Louis, you're going to leave things off. But your popularity with your Blues fan base took a hit on that one.
I know. And listen, I will issue a formal apology right here, just so you know. There's quite a stir with the list that we made of the top things to ever come out of St. Louis. People were upset from we didn't put T.S. Eliot on the list.
John Hamm.
We didn't put pork sticks on the list.
Or Tums.
Hey, just so you know, I'm going on record. I would have much preferred the Blues be on there than Chuck
I
Berry.
think you actually said that. One of us said it on the show that the Blues should be on there more than the Cardinals.
Sup.
We did have the argument.
Play the tape.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear that specific.
Play it. I dare you.
I think we all said it.
We all said it.
Well, then who with bubbly handwriting didn't write it?
That was Lauren's
Okay,
handwriting.
that was my handwriting.
Well,
damn it.
I want to right here, right now, issue a formal apology to the St. Louis Blues, and I have the appropriate music here for this.
Okay.
I wrote this out. We need to issue a formal and deeply heartfelt apology to the St. Louis Blues organization, their loyal fans, and honestly, the entire city of St. Louis. In our recent list of the greatest things to come out of St. Louis, we made the unforgivable mistake of including the Cardinals, but somehow forgetting the Blues. Yes, the team that brought us our first Stanley Cup in 2019 after 52 years of waiting. The team that gave us Gloria, Red Hull's iconic one-timer, and the legendary Towel Man. How could we possibly overlook that? We honestly don't know what happened. Maybe we were blinded by the thought of toasted ravioli or got distracted reminiscing about Nelly's greatest hits. I don't know, but that's no excuse. The Blues are the heart and soul of the city. They've made us scream in triumph, cry in defeat, and lose our voices chanting "Let's Go Blues." And yes, we've all ugly cried at least once watching the 2019 Cup celebration. So to the Blues, we are deeply sorry. And to prove our sincerity, we'd like to extend a formal invitation to personally deliver this apology on the ice at a Blues game.
Oh.
Preferably.
What?
You know what? Okay. I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to do that. I love it.
And you could put us in a very nice suite so we're all comfortable.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, we're going to serve you pork steaks.
Yeah, and all the toasted ravioli, to prove how St. Louis we are through and through. Listen, even King Scott will listen to Brett Hull's version of Gloria on repeat for 24 hours. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
We just hope that you guys can forgive us. We're embarrassed, but we're still loyal, blues-loving friends here at the Riz Show. So I hope the healing has begun. And we'll never let this happen again.
No.
So will you please tell that to Tom Stone?
Listen, I think the In Memoriams is one of my favorite segments of the week. So I think you just nailed that, Riz. That was impressive.
Very good.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad we're all okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, glad you reminded me too. I'm like, wait, am I supposed to be mad at something? What I forget?
Yes, you're supposed to be mad. Okay, Chris, let's talk about happy things now. The Blues are staying hot, keeping up in the Western playoff hunt with a 4-1 win last night in Nashville. Now it's 3 games in a row. Another 3-game-in-a-row situation has happened. The Blues are 9-2-2 since the break, since the tournament break. St. Louis has more points than any other NHL team since play resumed on February 22nd. How about that for being hot?
Yeah, what's crazy about it is it's still not good enough to get you into a playoff spot.
Not yet.
And that's one of the real challenges. So Calgary played yesterday. They beat the Rangers. Vancouver's got a home game last night against the number 1 team in the league, in the Winnipeg Jets, and Vancouver clobbered them. It's like only the second time in 8 head-to-head meetings between Vancouver and Winnipeg that Vancouver got a win. And Vancouver is here tomorrow night. So
big game.
So the good news is in that window, really in the first 5 games, they erased a 7-point deficit, which is really difficult. But now you got to get over the hump. And so it was a huge win last night in Nashville. You're tied in points with Vancouver, but Vancouver's played 1 game less, which is why they're ahead of you in the standings. It was a big win because it kept Calgary 2 points behind you. Now, Calgary has 2 games in hand, which means they played 2 fewer games than you have. Right. So the standings aren't officially true because of the number of games played. But by moving ahead of Calgary, you start to change the pressure of how things look. Because Calgary, even though, this is okay. We're ahead of the Blues by 2. We got 2 games in hand. They'd be like 6 points ahead.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing about games in hand is you still got to win them. And now Calgary is going to be looking at it going, okay, we need 2. We must win one of those just to catch them. Right, so it starts to change the pressure of the standings. They're right in the thick of it. They've done everything they can at this point in time, and I think it's made it a fun race. Look, guys, there was a time, I think I was on the show maybe about a month ago, and I'm like, hey, you're closer to a top 5 pick than you are to the playoffs. Take the top 5 pick as a possibility, and I can justify that reasoning. And what they've done now is they put themselves in to the race here, and so. Going to be a lot like last year. You headed into the final 15 games last year, right in the thick of the playoff race. And this team is playing better this year than they were last year. It's a better team this year than it was last year. So this is going to get pretty doggone exciting. But what a absolutely huge game coming up tomorrow night against the Vancouver Canucks. And I've been saying this on the air,
I want to make sure people hear, like, that building needs to be rocking tomorrow night, and I think it will be. It's going to be a great Thursday night game.
And what is it? There's only 13 games left?
13 games to go. 13. We played 69.
Yeah.
13 games to go. 7 at home, 5 on the road. You still have some tough ones in there. You still have games against. We got the one against Vancouver tomorrow night. You've got Edmonton on the schedule. They've got a few in there, but they've also got a favorable one. I mean, they've got 2 more head-to-head games between now and next weekend Wednesday against Nashville. So it's going to be hard to beat a team 3 times in a row, but they're going to need to do it. But there's just cool things that are going on. Like this team has felt, even though they were struggling. You look at the struggle at the beginning of last year. You look at the struggle at the beginning of this year, and the teams felt different. There's a real sense of togetherness with this team, and they've gotten to the point now where you land at midnight from Nashville last night. You get up this morning and you're like, all right, I can't wait for Thursday night. Let's go, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 home games left.
Yep, counting tomorrow.
8, counting tomorrow. So.
Let's win them all.
Let's do it, man.
We can do it.
We could do it.
It's just 8.
Listen, they absolutely can do it. And other teams are noticing. Other teams are looking at the standings, and they're not going, they got another overtime win. Oh, it was a shootout loss. Oh, it was a shootout win. Like, they're looking at it and they're going, they're kicking everybody's ass right now.
Right.
And they have been. Like, these games have been dominant, and that's why tomorrow's going to be, because look, it takes a lot to beat Winnipeg, and Vancouver had a heck of a game, so they're going to come in fired up too. This one's going to have some jam to it, but they absolutely can do this. The team right below them is Utah.
There are 4 games in a row starting on the 3rd. So Penguins, Avalanche, Winnipeg, and Edmonton are 4. Those are 4 hard games. Those are toughies. So
that can break your season or make it right there.
But we got to win the games that we could win. Like Chicago should be this weekend. That's a must win.
Yeah. Those are that way now.
Must win.
And the thing of it is, all those other teams that you mentioned, they still the one team that's kind of set is Winnipeg, because they're about 10 points up on everybody else. Every one of those other teams is going to be playing for either. Move into the top 3. Yep. They're going to be playing for home ice advantage. Like, there's a lot on the line here. Hey, and kind of off the Blues, just real quick. The other thing that's just great that's going on, I don't know if you guys are kind of tracking it, but Alex Ovechkin is only 8 goals away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's record, and that's a massive, massive story. That's one. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for what it means for the game. I'm excited for John Walton and Joe Beninati to get a chance to maybe call that moment, and all of the great Washington broadcasters that they have. But I mean, we're talking. I mean, this was Mark McGuire and Sosa going after Maris, and that kind of thing. This is the biggest of the big ones, really, when it comes to hockey.
Do you think it's going to happen this season? I mean, Ovechkin is on fire this year. I mean,
I still do. I mean, shoot, he missed a few weeks with a broken leg this season too. So, I still think he's going to do it this season. Now, the Washington Capitals are good. The Washington Capitals can win their division. The Washington Capitals could still end up winning a President's Trophy as the top team in the league. They've had an unbelievable season. So how does the pressure of that moment and Wayne Gretzky starting to travel with the team when that starts to happen?
Oh, yeah. Gretzky in the building.
How does that kind of change? Spencer Kerber, their coach, has got one heck of a challenge to keep them focused and and really go at it. So, but it's a great story if you're just a hockey fan or sports fan. You're talking, and guys, this is one of my all-time favorite sports stats. So, Alex Ovechkin is at some point going to break Wayne Gretzky's record, and it looks like it could happen this year. Okay. Jaromir Jagr is number 2 all-time in points in the National Hockey League history. Wayne Gretzky has more points than anybody. Jaromir Jagr is second. And for those that don't know, points in hockey, you take the total goals and your total assists and you add them up and you get points. If you have 5 goals, 5 assists, you have 10 points, right?
Wayne Gretzky has more assists than Yager has points.
Yeah, that's an untouchable record.
So Wayne Gretzky has more assists than anybody else in the history of the game has points, and then you tack on 890 goals.
Nobody will ever. That is an untouchable record. I can never see that.
Isn't that something else? That is just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. So it'll be pretty awesome if Ovi can get there this year.
All right, Chris, so we'll talk to you next week, and hopefully we'll talk about the Blues being in that wild card spot with nobody around them.
Yeah, and they're chasing down Minnesota too. Minnesota's got to play some good hockey, because if the Blues manage to keep this up, they're going to pull some teams into the picture.
Yeah, and please let everybody know that we love them over there, and we would never, ever leave the Blues off the list.
Please let them know that Learn said that they definitely need to be on the list, and this entire room just went against me, so I was outnumbered.
Nope, that's not true. Chris, we love you, buddy, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys, have an awesome week. Talk to you soon.
There is the great Chris Kerber, everybody. I'm sorry, we gotta do this.
Gloria, I think I got your number, Gloria.
We even said Brett Hull needed to be on the list. I remember we were arguing pretty.
Well, Brett Hull's not
extensively.
from St. Louis,
but he came out of St. Louis
we
because
claim him
he
as
was
our
hammered.
own.
Well, this was a conversation about nationwide cultural impact, and that's why they
Let's
got
not
left
dig
off.
ourselves into a deeper hole.
I'm just saying that they were mentioned.
They were mentioned. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with some of your emails. 9:02. Wednesday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Exit ramp from 70 westbound to 141 Earth City Expressway northbound, blocked due to a crash. Your point forecast, wind advisory, low risk for severe thunderstorms this afternoon and early evening. High of 75, right now 64 at the Point Studio.
We're talking about shopping local, right? STLmattressdirect.com. Mattress Direct, right here in St. Louis. Campbell Mattress, made here in Missouri. Missouri-made mattresses. Why pay to get a mattress made somewhere else and shipped here when you can get such a deal right here from Mattress Direct? And right now they're celebrating Campbell Mattress's 90th anniversary by giving you free sheets and 2 free pillows with the purchase of a Campbell mattress at Mattress Direct. Check them out now. STLmattressdirect.com.
Victory Men's Health. Frank, pull over. I'm talking to you, bud. You've waited long enough, man. You've heard me call you out by name, and all the other Franks out there that may not be named Frank. Just pull your trucks over, pull your cars over, and realize you got to get your health back on track, and you got to go to Victory Men's Health. You've been putting it off because you've been trying to put your family first or saving for that vacation first, but it's worth the investment in your health, man. That's the one thing you can't change. Once it's gone, but you can get some of it back, believe it or not, if you go to Victory Men's Health, because they're going to test your blood to a cellular level, figure out what's going on with your body. Whatever's happening, they've got a treatment for it. It could be bedroom related. Maybe you're having some problems, need some ED medication. They can hook you up with that. You need to drop a few pounds. They've got weight loss therapy. They've got testosterone therapy. They've got peptides. They have vitamin deficiency plans to get your blood back running like changing the oil in a car, man. It's just going to make your engine last longer. It's going to make your heart and your soul last longer. So go to Victory Men's Health. Take care of yourself. There, see? Frank. That's you, Frank. That's your heart, Frank. Firing up like a 350 big block you just dropped into an El Camino that you've been wanting since you were a kid. Well, Victory can turn you into that El Camino. So don't wait. Go to one of their 4 locations. Sunset Hills. There it is, right. Jump in the river and swim to one of the Victory locations. There's one at Sunset Hills. There's one at Town and Country we all go to. One at each O'Fallon, Illinois and Missouri. For more information, don't wait, Frank. Get wet. Go to VictoryMen'sHealth.com. That's VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
The great battles of our time. Man versus nature, intellect versus instinct. Burrito versus butthole. Here in this fortress of solitude, we reflect and ponder tough questions about life and ourselves. And the toughest question of all may be, what do I wish I could accomplish before I die? Mine eyes have seen the glory. The proverbial bucket list. Why is it called that? Do you have one? Should you have one? If so, what should be on it? Let's dive into those questions today on the Number 2 Show. You know, they've always said to think outside the box, but here, inside this box, we've had some of the most profound reflections. They say inspiration strikes in the most unexpected places. Sir Isaac Newton, an apple tree. Archimedes, a bathtub. Me, well, let's just say there's a reason I'm broadcasting from a bathroom stall. The bathroom. More than just tiles and toiletries, a vault of solace, a chamber of reflection. Ever think about how much history, philosophy, and yes, even strategy have been contemplated in spaces just like this? I'm pretty sure when Bill Shakespeare wrote To Be or Not to Be, he carved it with the quill on a bathroom stall before he put pen to paper. How many of you have had those aha moments in the restroom? Think about it. You're all alone, free from distractions, and suddenly the answer to that problem you've been mulling over becomes as clear as the bathroom tiles. Recent studies, and by studies I mean a quick poll of a few of my friends, reveal that bathrooms are like unsung brainstorming chambers of the household. I'm pretty sure if we placed whiteboards in showers, we would have solved world hunger by now and probably perfected teleportation. But today we are switching gears to contemplate life's big picture, the journey. Which brings us to today's main topic. Follow me through the glory hole as we explore the bucket list. It's a concept most of us are familiar with, but how many of us truly understand its origin? The phrase kicking the bucket has been around longer than we might think. But why a bucket and why kick it? Historians theorize about a grim tie to execution, public hanging, to be more direct. With kicking our own bucket away as the last thing we do before we die. That's a stark contrast to the delightful and daring dreams we jot down in our little dream journals before we go night-night. Eventually, we flipped the bucket over, took a seat, dropped a deuce, and got to thinking, what do I want to do before I die? Take my pal Rizzuto. He's always dreamed of drop-kicking a mofo. His dreams may be violent and small to us, but they're big to him, and there are plenty of people running around out there that could use a nice double dragon Van Damme style drop kick right to the side of their temporal lobe. Or my pal Learn. She wants to kiss Steven Tyler from Aerosmith and jump out of a birthday cake. Maybe we kill two birds with one stone and we Ocean 11 her into Steven's 100th birthday party and scare the holy hell out of him and get her a nice restraining order. As for me, beyond the allure of a futuristic self-cleaning bathroom, which, let's face it, is the dream, I have several items on the list ranging from small ones like sliding across the hood of the General Lee like a portly Bauduc, or Operation Honeysuckle Rose, which is my yearly attempt to board Willie Nelson's tour bus and smoke out with the country music Buddha. But the point of our bucket list isn't just the dreams we jot down, it's about seeking out those experiences. It's about looking life straight in the eyes and saying, I want more. More adventures, more laughter, more memories. It's not a to-do list that belongs in a drawer, right? It's a must-experience list. It doesn't have to be all huge pie-in-the-sky dreams like climbing Mount Everest. Maybe your dream is kissing a stranger on the subway, and if so, I say get consent and go for it. Hell, you might even stop an aspiring SoundCloud ukulele artist from giving an impromptu train car concert that nobody asked for. But what if instead of a train car, it was a bathroom stall, and it was a concert we did ask for? Because part of my bucket list is to have some of the best artists in the world play on this very show. Which brings us to our next segment. The first ever tiny stall concert. The first time I saw this artist perform, it was electric. He took command of the stage like I take command of a good pork steak. All the way from New York, New York, performing Never Ending Moment off of his new album, Dream Machine. Please welcome Des Rocks.
Forever together, through fire and rain, I'll wait for you. I'll never surrender when you ask me to. Exile from your garden, between lies in the space of 1,000 truths. A dark river is rising, so I hold on to a never-ending moment with you.
To buy a house and maybe your first home, and there's so many pitfalls. You could make so many mistakes when it comes to the process. You got to go to a trustworthy individual, and I'm telling you, I could vouch for Kevin Putney at the 123 Mortgage Team. Here's why it matters. So if you're going to buy a home, secure your dream home with more affordable financing. Let Kevin put that loan together for you. Everybody's loan is going to be different, and he's got great programs for like first-time home buyers, down payment assistance, or if you're in a home already, you want to refinance. Lower your monthly payments, shorten your loan term, call Kevin. Or if you're looking to do a home renovation, new kitchen, new bathroom, access your home's equity for renovations or major expenses, and Kevin will get you that money within 5 days. Kevin Putney, the 123 Mortgage Team. 314-862-0123, 314-862-0123. Online at 123mortgage.com. Kevin Putney, Equalizing Opportunity. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, 123mortgage.com, 314-862-0123.
It's Donnie Fandango backstage at Point Fest. For one, I just almost fell out of my chair.
It is.
And for two, boy, that would have made a really great way to start the interviews
intro.
of the day. Yeah. All right, so let's settle this first and foremost. You and me here right now. 0936.
Yes.
All right. I heard it in a couple of different ways. It confused the hell out of me, man.
It confuses me.
Okay, well then good. Then I don't feel as bad that it's not just me.
All right. Emails here in a second. Question for the crew here. If you ask a random American what their favorite sport is, what would the majority say?
Football.
Yeah. These days, football.
Would you say football? If you were to ask the same Americans, what is America's game? What would they say?
Baseball. America's
they?
pastime. Yeah.
Yeah. But is it still? If you ask an American right now, what is America's pastime? What are they going to say?
Actually, teenage kids, yeah, they're probably going to say football.
Are they going to say football?
Who
Rafe, what do you think?
Who you interviewing?
Trying to think how I would answer.
Random Americans.
What's America's game? That's a specific question.
What is America's game?
I think people would still say baseball because it's been ingrained in our head.
Yeah.
Man, if they don't, baseball's marketing sure has let it slip.
The answer is pickleball.
Get the hell out.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, that's been somewhat believable.
I said pickleball.
I
No,
love pickleball, but no.
a new poll did ask random Americans, what sport do you consider to be America's game? And 38% of those surveyed said baseball still.
Yeah.
Whoa. They said baseball. I know Scott's very excited for some reason. Coincidentally, the MLB
Right on.
launched their 2025 season yesterday in Japan, which is wild. America's pastime. Football, so it's 38% baseball, 35% football.
Ooh,
Where does
close.
March Madness fall on this?
College basketball, I think people only care about college basketball now.
Guys, I filled out my bracket yesterday. I got Auburn winning everything, going up against Illinois, even though I know they're like the 6th seed.
Wow. Filled out a bracket,
Nice.
huh?
I did.
Pretty impressive.
My bracket name was Learn Braun James.
Nice.
My husband is very embarrassed.
Nice.
With all of his
Learn
buddies.
Braun James. So you have Auburn,
which I
taking it
believe
all.
is the number one. It's
the number
their
one
favorite.
overall. Yes, I got Duke.
Ah.
I have Duke taking it.
Oh, yeah. Christian
Safe
Leitner.
one.
Nope, Christian Leitner is definitely not playing still. So football is next, followed by basketball with 10%, soccer with 2%, hockey with 1%, and then golf.
Man, soccer has overtaken hockey already? Dang.
I think I might start getting into soccer.
Yo, this is a good time to do it. A bunch of clean sheets for St. Louis City SC.
And you know what? The demographic that pushed baseball over the top, they whittled it down to what demographic made baseball America's pastime over football.
Divorced dads.
What? No, nope.
Oh.
Latin American men.
Nope.
Oh.
Female Midwestern boomers.
What's up, ladies?
No way, dude.
Female Midwestern boomers love baseball.
That's
Which that
true.
should be a baseball team name.
My mom does love going and eating nachos out of a little hat at Busch Stadium, you know, and just getting nuts. She's got all sorts of baseball gear. She's part of this.
Your mom's a big Cardinal fan, right?
Yeah, she likes Jerry's
Your mother's a
bigger
big
one.
Cardinal fan
Yeah.
too.
She's not a boomer, but yes,
Not a boomer, but she's on the.
Sure.
She's close.
She's close.
She's silent.
She was during the war, so 43. So whatever
She's on
that.
the line.
Whatever is that the
generation.
greatest or silent or?
Yeah, silent.
Greatest is World War One. Silent was that era, and then the boomers at 45 and on.
My mom was a Royals fan. I mean, she almost named me after George Brett,
Whoa, that's cool.
right? Still,
Bo Jackson would have been cooler. Bo,
Brett.
you'd have been a cool Bo.
I know, dude.
Bo Elwell.
Bo is afraid, right? Been cool as hell.
So yeah, the demographic that put Bush baseball over the top was female Midwestern boomers. So you could thank people here. You thank the ladies.
Thank
here.
the ladies.
Thank the
Not
ladies
the people,
here.
the ladies.
Younger men and women from the South were more likely to say football. The poll also asked, what pro sport is the most fan-friendly to attend?
Oh,
That's a
that
good
might be
question.
basketball.
Basketball's really
Basketball was third.
Soccer.
hockey.
Baseball was first, followed by football.
Yeah.
It's baseball, hockey, then soccer.
And that's why Midwestern moms are fans, probably. Like, it is the ultimate sport if you're dealing with 3 kids, grandkids, that you don't have to be paying attention constantly. You know what I mean? Like, baseball is very slow paced. There's a few big moments that you're going to catch. They're going to replay them 10 times on the Jumbotron. And the rest of the time, you're getting snacks and you're killing time and you get to, and there's a lot of talking. You get to
so
talk
much
to your
talking.
neighbor.
Yeah.
You're not talking during a football game. It's so loud. It's unbelievably
Also
loud.
hockey games too. There's a lot of there's action going on all the time, and everybody's locked in.
Right.
I'm not sure how it would happen, and it would take decades. But if the right circumstances happen, rugby or Aussie rules football and cricket would do so well in this country. As far as pace and excitement and strategy and the sport that you're actually watching, both are, all three are incredible spectator sports. I just don't know how it would catch on here, but it could happen.
And you know what? As far as the poll goes, which pro sport is the most fan-friendly to attend? Golf got 0 votes, literally 0.
Yeah, they hate the fans.
It is the golf. Even golf lovers have to admit it's probably the least fan-friendly thing to watch.
You know, you say that, and I hate golf. You know that. I don't like things that I'm not good at, and I'm the worst golfer you've ever met. But when I went to the what was it, the U.S. Open? In Bell Reef, and was just like cruising around with Brendan.
Yeah, but
that was so much fun.
And Brendan was a golfer that was actually playing. But you were not in the crowd. You were.
What do you mean?
You had special treatment.
I know I had no special treatment except for the ticket. I didn't have any special treatment. I saw Brendan and went to a couple holes, kind of walked along so I could see him play a little bit. But the rest of the time, me and Free Beer Dave were just Free Beer Dave all over the place. And it
They got 0 votes.
It was a freaking party. Those golf things, they are parties. Saw John Daly. He went by in his Cardinals pants and said hi to everybody. Was smoking and doing whatever
What's
he was
the one
doing.
they have in the Scottsdale one? They have in Scottsdale. What is that? The Waste Management Open?
Oh.
Where people get to drink and hoot and holler on that one hole. That looks fun.
But that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like that, except for it's quiet when they're hitting. But it is a party. Everyone was hammered everywhere.
I'm just telling you what the people said. All right, 0 votes for golf.
I'm just saying. You're never going to see me defending golf.
I don't like it because you got to be so damn quiet.
And I'm over here defending
Same
golf.
with tennis.
Yeah.
Tennis is prolonged silence.
I don't like that. I like to hoot and holler.
Tennis is exciting. I found myself, remember in France when I couldn't figure out how to change channels and I was just watching tennis and I was in the middle and I couldn't sleep and I was just like,
What the hell am I doing?
I am
What
into
am I doing
this.
with my life?
Tennis is incredible,
great.
dude.
Yeah.
I love to play it.
It's fun to
You get
watch.
to wear a little skirt. It's cool.
Right.
I love
All right,
wearing
we got
skirts.
time for a couple emails. RizZo1057thepoint.com.
All right, let's start with this. Hey, I'm looking to get my first tattoo, and I want your opinion on who I should go see. I'm from the Godfrey area and was looking to spend $1,000. Would love to get your input and opinions. Thanks, Drew. I will say, I think there are some great tattoo places around here. Clark, who did King Scott's tattoo, my buddy Jeff Meyer, I forget what shop he's at now, but look him up. It depends on what style you want.
Brandy, check out Brandy over at Steel and Ink. She's great.
And Big Dave over at Inkspot has done a lot of my stuff. He's crazy good color, great lines. Like he has a particular style. And he's such a great hang.
Rafe is great at prison tattoos. So
Yeah.
get him a
guitar string,
a bunch of ballpoint pens.
If you want a classic tattoo, which Rafe and I have talked about before, my friend Andy May he owns Howdy Tattoo, and he's done some of my tattoos, and he's really good. If you like some of those old school, like sailor looking things, he's really good at classic tattoos.
Well, if you love hepatitis, Rafe's your guy.
Rafe's your guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
specialize in Hep C.
Yeah. You're looking for staph infection? Just come on down to the studio.
Come on down to the studio.
Hep C
Rafe.
tattoo. Look me up. Google me.
We'll take a guitar string off one of the guitars here.
Yeah, that Metallica one. You can get.
I got plenty of ink.
Yeah, you can get tattooed by this
This is great.
18-year-old string.
We're good. Come on down. You could do a really good star.
Yeah. I can make an anatomically correct woman on your back in case you're going into prison and want to make friends.
Or a teardrop.
Very specific.
A teardrop. Mm-hmm. Get you one of those. All right, next.
I could do one of those cat ones on your stomach, make your belly button look like a
like a butthole?
Yeah.
And it's kind of looking back at you.
What?
It's like, you never seen that tattoo? It's the best tattoo ever
the best
made.
tattoo I just saw online was a guy had a mozzarella stick tattooed on him. And so when his arm was curled up, it was on his elbow.
Okay.
I saw this.
And then when he uncurled his arm, the mozzarella stick, the cheese came out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is it awesome?
Like it was getting strung.
Like it was getting strung,
I'm
like
hungry.
the stretch.
Dude, how have you not?
I like it.
How have you not seen that tattoo? It's
It is a cat
Isn't
beetle.
that cute?
Hey, look at this one. This is
Why?
this is your
this
next
my next
tattoo. Learn.
Oh man, and I got an innie, so
I mean, look at this guy's belly button. First of all, it looks just
It looks
terrible.
like a cat butthole.
that's every day of my life
Disastrous.
is the cats putting their beehole in my face because they're like, "Hello, how are you, mom?"
The whole joke tattoo thing.
I don't
got
like
a couple. I got a couple of those.
Like joke tattoos.
Well, I got a Lion's Choice tattoo, man. I got the logo.
That's kind of a cool logo.
mine's
though.
All right,
serious.
that's an okay logo.
It'd be better if you were a Leo. I mean, I'm just gonna say, like, astrologically, I wish it was aligned into the lion.
Yeah.
Like,
I know,
Riz.
Scott. We have nipple tattoos still, so that's.
I probably got some more joke
jokes there.
tattoos.
I think
can't
I'm
remember.
getting my last tattoo here soon. I am balancing out things. I got a moon on my wrist. I'm gonna get a sunshine on my other wrist, and I think that'll be it. I'm gonna close
That's it?
myself up. Yeah.
Closed for
Uncool.
business.
Uncool. No more cool on this.
Next.
Good morning, my favorite radio people. Yesterday, I made mention to a friend that I no longer watch the news as I can only control my own corner of the world and my mental health is very important. So I just don't watch the news anymore. And my 5-year-old jumped in and said, I watch the news every single morning. I looked at her and said, I looked at her and she said, Riz is the news, Mom, and then rolled her eyes as though I was clueless. I realized she was right. Y'all are my news, and I want to thank you for that and keeping my corner of the world entertaining and for influencing yet another generation because my kiddos love y'all too. We love you, Jeff. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Love, Team Riz member 1543.
Here we go. You want a piece of news? Here we go for the kids. This is a piece of Riz news. Good news or bad news? What do you want?
Bad news. Let's get to it.
Okay, all right. So we'll go with a Riz Show Mother of the Year candidate.
Oh, yes.
These are always nice, right?
I love these.
It's local, too.
Even better.
St. Louis County woman facing charges after leaving her 4 kids home alone during Friday night storm. Severe storm.
How old was the oldest?
8.
Oh, no.
Okay.
How old was the youngest?
At the borderline. 2.
Baby.
8
Oh.
months.
Oh, my gosh. An 8-month-old?
Yeah.
In the care of an 8-year-old.
Crystal Ray, during the storms, Crystal Ray from St. Anne left her kids, an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and an 8-month-old, unsupervised at home during the storm. Charging documents say the kids were very upset, and Crystal, she left the kids as the sirens were going off.
Where did she go?
Well, wherever she went, she got hammered.
So it wasn't work.
What area of town?
St. Anne.
Oh.
According to police, the kids were left for several hours during the time they were alone. There were brush fires, power outages, down power lines, significant debris in their area.
These sweet babies.
A concerned family member called the cops to tell them, hey, these kids are home alone. And when police found Crystal, she showed signs of intoxication. When she was arrested, she wrestled with the officers, hit and kicked them. So she's been charged with 4 counts of endangering the welfare of children, creating substantial risk, and 1 count of resisting arrest.
That sucks.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah, that is sad.
She left as the sirens were going off.
Something's going on.
That means this woman heard the sirens, everybody could hear them, and left her 4 children in the house.
Yeah.
Alone.
Something's up with mom. So, I mean, a lot.
Mom looks very young, by the way.
That's hard. I mean, I'm not excusing it at all, but like, what's up, mom? Like, get the help you
There's
need.
a lot of things up. And that's your Riz News. Thank you for the kids. Next.
Hey, gentlemen, and learn. I have a highly debatable question for you all. In the span of your lives, how many people have seen you? Not made eye contact directly, but the number of times that you have been in someone's line of sight. Think about concerts, sporting events. I've gotten a very large variety of answers and would love to hear your thoughts. Love you all, and happy birthday.
What does this mean? What?
How many people have set their eyes on me, have set their gaze upon me?
Does YouTube and TV and all that stuff count? Because I can't even begin to think. I mean,
you can't even imagine. It's a number that cannot be calculated.
Isn't it crazy that they say if you don't know somebody in a dream, it is actually somebody you've seen in your life?
What?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that? Or if you have a stranger in your dream, because nobody in your mind you don't make them up. It's somebody that you walked by at the airport or saw at the supermarket. Your brain retains the strangers and the randos that you don't remember and then will poop them out into your dreams and then they will come about.
You sure about that?
I am sure about that.
Well, then how am I imagining dinosaurs? I've never seen a dinosaur.
Well, you've seen dinosaurs on like a television show or Jurassic Park, so it probably fits.
But you're saying my subconscious doesn't have the power of imagination to imagine a fully formed figure that I have not seen in real life?
Yeah.
What about the demons and ghosts and dog men and whoever else has haunted my dreams?
You're a messed up guy.
Were you saying I've seen them too?
No, but I'm saying like something in life has inspired that imaginary thought.
It's like a movie.
Yeah, you're dreaming that for a reason. Something triggered that.
Yeah, like we're absorbing things throughout our entire lifetimes, and so if you see a person in your dream, you're like, "Who is that?" Chances are it was just somebody that you passed, that your brain remembered that you didn't.
Well, but the question was how many people have gazed at us?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a crazy question there, Learn, or thought there, Learn.
Look it up.
I'm not saying crazy in a bad way. I'm like, whoa, I've never thought about that.
It's crazy.
And now I'm going to think about it every time. Every time I dream about somebody, like, where was that?
Exactly.
Where was that freak at?
It's an interesting question. You can't calculate that. Next.
Good morning. You guys were speaking this morning about Hot Wheels collections. I made a joke about King Scott being the obvious member that would collect Hot Wheels. This got me thinking about what I assume each of you would collect.
Oh, fine.
If I were told you all were collectors of something, here is my list.
Okay.
I would bet Riz collects coins.
A coin collector, huh?
Rafe collects grills, like Jay Leno. King Scott
collects grills?
Like barbecue grills.
I can see that.
Do people have collections of those?
I don't know. King Scott would collect Beanie Babies and trampolines.
I would have said Beanie Babies, 100%.
Well, yeah, I made a huge money in that.
Nailed it.
Moon would collect concert ticket stubs. Learn would collect cat toys and over-the-counter medicines.
Yes.
I like that one.
What would you guys assume that the other members would collect? Thanks, David.
If you asked me about King Scott, I would say Beanie Babies.
I would say Jesus figurines.
Figurines. Action figures.
Yeah, like the Buddy Christ. Right?
The
that
thumbs
was
up
Dogma?
guy?
Oh, was it thumbs up?
Oh, no, yeah.
Was it pointing the finger guns?
Rafe would collect old
handkerchiefs.
I feel like it'd be barbecue sauces or something.
No, G.I. Joes. Like old.
Maybe.
Old action figures.
I wouldn't turn down a beachhead, pristine condition, a snake eyes, if you will.
I could see you collecting belt buckles.
Yeah. Learn is a
closer.
crystals collector.
Oh, man, I do have a belt buckle collection.
Do you?
I would actually say that you would.
I probably got 60 of them.
You would be a belt buckle guy.
Yeah. I'd also say he's a National Geographic shirt guy. Collected all the years of those.
Yeah.
The only collection of things I have, in all honesty, is a Pez collection.
See, I would figure you have
is
like
cool.
all the back releases of Playboy in your basement or something.
I have those as well.
Okay.
I do have belt buckles. I forgot about those.
You have to tell everybody.
It's been a minute since I added to that collection. I do have those. I do have. I know this sounds funny, but I kind of have a thing for honey, like different honeys from all over the world, and that seems to look like a collection. I use it, but I'm constantly on the hunt.
collection.
I love honey,
You're like
dude.
Pooh Bear, dude.
Yeah, I love honey. I love all sorts of different types of honey, so I have all those. That's like a good birthday gift for me,
It's
is
a
honey.
weird thing for you to collect, considering your hand.
Well, I don't put it on my hands.
I know, but it's like you're surrounding yourself with your own phobia.
Ray's got his old garbage pail kids. That's what you got.
Yeah.
Your old garbage pail kids.
And I collect guitars, for sure. Guitars.
What do you think, Rafe? What do we all collect?
I was going to say, I don't know. I think King Scott, I was going to say, similarly, I think he would have like belt buckles or bolo ties.
Bolo ties,
yeah. bolos. Boots.
Something of a country western affinity.
Yep.
Riz, I think would man. I don't know. I would have pegged you as a music guy, but you're not really. You're not really into vinyls. So I would think Moon was probably vinyls. Same. Learn would probably collect. I think. I could see her collecting which I think I know this, so it's hard, but I see collecting memorabilia.
Yeah, I was going to say posters. I was going to say special
memorabilia,
special
things that are important to you.
And I would say for Riz, awards, just because you're.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got a very big collection.
And bras, ladies just.
bras, yeah. All right.
Sandals or thongs, one of the two.
All right, listen, guys, we got to take one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up.
What an absolute honor. This is first Ho-Ho show of 2017. Headliner tonight, Rise Against, Tim McElrath from Rise Against. Absolute pleasure to meet you, man.
Good to be here, yeah.
So, okay, a couple of things that I wanted to ask you about, but I think I'm going to kind of start on the serious side of things, if that's all right with you.
Let's do it.
It is an unbelievable time in our country politically. Some people would maybe not say that it's a sad time politically, but I think that it's one of the lowest points that I can ever remember.
Yeah.
As somebody that is keeping.
Well, later today, I am supposed to go over to Mount Top Motor Company, but I got to reach out to them and we'll figure something out. But you should go to mounttopmotors.com yourself and check out their incredible lineup of cars. And if you're looking for vehicles that are under 15 grand, well, they got some great selections right now. I mean, they got everything from 15 grand all the way up to high-end, amazing vehicles. But they have a 2013 Cadillac XTS Platinum with only 78,000 miles, only 13 grand. Absolutely incredible car. And trust me, these will go quick. So go over to Mount Top Motor Company today. Test drive these vehicles because they just keep getting the best of the best. They go across the country and they bring them right back here. And that's why they have over 1,000 5-star reviews. And honestly, that's why they have so many repeating customers in there. And like I've said before, I've talked to this lady. She's already bought 2 different trucks. She was in there that day getting her 3rd truck from Mount Top Motor Company. They got it all. Work trucks, pickup trucks, SUVs, get around town cars, all kinds of stuff. Go to Mount Top Motor Company. They will find it for you. No pressure. Easy going. Absolutely incredible over there. MountTopMotors.com. That's MountTopMotors.com.
Dude, this sucks. Hey, welcome back to the farm. So a couple weeks ago, a storm blew through and knocked a big ass tree down. So I got a tree that I need to kind of get rid of, or at least saw down a little bit. So, of course, I got the pro, Mark from Colonel Landscaping, with me. So, Mark, not only do you put trees in,
yes, sir,
but you take trees out.
Yes, sir. Full service.
So you see what we got here?
Yeah. So I think it might have been dead before it fell.
Yeah. But who knows what kind of wind blew it over? We just came down here and it was it was felled.
Yes, sir.
So we need to cut it down. We need to kind of haul it out of here. So
we'll cut it into some manageable pieces.
Cut it into manageable pieces and
then
then just haul it out to somewhere, a burn pile somewhere. So what should we do?
We're gonna get it into small enough sections, move it in by hand. Since we're on a pretty steep slope here, we're not getting anything else down there, so it's gonna take a little
elbow grease?
A little hauling ourselves.
How old do you think this thing is, or was?
It's 60 plus.
60 plus years old?
Oh yeah.
So I guess we should just start sawing pieces off and make them manageable sizes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. fun job. All right, so Mark's gonna keep sawing. We're gonna cut that tree down into small pieces. Using the chainsaw was awesome. Dream come true. So thanks to Mark from Colonel Landscaping. I'm sure there are more projects to do around here. There's always something to do around.
If you feel like you're running on empty, Mentality Health is going to help you get back on track. Now, why are you not feeling like yourself? You may be suffering from low testosterone, and here's how you get change that starting today. Get in touch with Mentality. Chesterfield and South County. Low T is low energy, low motivation, you're tired all the time, weight gain, muscle loss, you're anxious, you're moody, you're irritable. Low libido, you're not the man you were in the bedroom, which could strain relationships. Mentality is a local healthcare facility that specializes in helping men feel and perform at their very best. Board-certified physicians provide a full physical, a consultation, a blood panel analysis, all during your first visit. And treatments are designed to fit your life, even with a busy schedule. And most insurance is accepted. Be the dad who can keep up with the kids. Be the husband your spouse knows you can be. Feel and perform like you did 5 or 10 years ago. Stop settling for a fraction of your potential. Get in touch with Mentality. MentalityHealth.com/radio. MentalityHealth.com/radio.
Backstage at Point Fest, and I'm completely honored to be joined by Ed from Live. This is one of my childhood dreams, to always talk to you every time you're in town.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Been following you. I was telling your tour manager, I've been following you guys since, and I'm sorry if nobody out there cares, but I'm going to walk down memory lane with you. MTV 120-minute tour, Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
Shrine Mosque, I think is what it was.
I think so. It was our first tour.
That was your first tour?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you guys were like, talk about just being with the guys you grew up with. You guys were like 12 at the time or something.
Yeah, we started the band when we were 13, coming out of 8th grade into high school. And that tour you mentioned, that was 1992. So that was our first road experience with Public Image Limited and Big Audio Dynamite and Blind Melon.
Yeah, that was amazing, and that's one of those. That's like obviously the first time I saw you, but even more creepy. I have a Public Affection CD.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. There aren't too many of those around.
Is there no restraining order just yet on that?
No. Somebody did try. Somebody tried to they put it up on one of the streaming sites as like Public Affection. I'm like, hey, that's our band.
Wait a minute, hold on a second.
Wait a minute, you can't do that.
You got enough of that stuff going on all the time anyway, with so many records out and everything, and now new music, and you guys are here in St. Louis. Talk about touring again and still doing it after, what, 25 years of Throwing Copper, one of my all-time faves. It's still fun for you, right?
It's so much fun. We're just kicking this year off. We've been back now. We took a long break there, and break/breakup. Right. And this is the third year we've been out. You know, the first year we did a bunch of festivals. Last year we did a great tour with Counting Crows.
Yep, been there. I was buddies.
There. And then, we're kicking off this year right now. This is really the first couple shows we've done this year. And then we're out with Bush and Our Lady Peace starting June 6th.
That's going to be an amazing tour as well, and I can't wait to see that. I'm going to go somewhere and see that. Talk about the difference now as opposed to 20, 25, even 30 years ago touring. Like, what's the same now and what is different now?
Well, we're older.
Right, yeah.
Are we? Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And so, I think the pace is less crazy, by design, just because we all have kids. I think there's like 13 kids between the four of us.
Yeah.
So it's
a lot of love there, though.
And then they're all graduating from, a bunch of them are graduating from high school and all this kind of stuff. So we're, we pace it out. Of course, summer's really busy, but I would say that's the biggest difference. Like, we don't, like when in the early 90s, mid 90s, I mean, it was nothing for us to be out 9 months of a year.
Sure, yeah.
And going to Europe from here or there, and so that slowed down a little bit. But it's funny because when we came back in 2016-17, the demand for the band was so huge that we were like, it felt like we were just right back to playing, on these big festival stages. And I mean, a lot of these venues we're familiar with. The names have changed, but here we are. And so that's been amazing to see the fan response and just the response overall to the band and how important it still is to so many people. It's awesome.
Well, the fact that you guys have been together for so long, was it really easy to pick it right back up? Was it just, boom,
It pretty much was. I mean, we did our first show back. We hadn't played together 6 or 7 years, and that was a little nerve-wracking, like the first one back. But it was really fun. But we were all kind of out of it. We were all just like, are we really doing this?
Yeah.
But that didn't last. I mean, within a few shows, we were like just riding a bike. We we have such a great chemistry, and our friendship, I think, is a lot stronger now than even it was back then.
Well, you know what, I just saw it for everybody who wasn't here. I just saw it in the meet and greet. You guys stood, talked, shook hands, took pictures and everything. I can tell, and I'm one of those.
Tax season is here, and what better way to reinvest in your home than with brand new energy-efficient windows? During Universal Windows Direct's Tax Time Sale, trademark, you can save big while making your home more comfortable and energy efficient. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. Need 4, you get 8. You get the deal. Whatever you need, you get double. It's the perfect opportunity to upgrade your home without breaking the bank. And here's something else that'll make your wallet even happier. Pay no interest till 2030. That's right, 6 years of no interests. That's an entire NFL career for some people. You don't have to pay interest on these windows, and you'll have them long paid off before that would ever kick in, and that's money in your pocket and savings on your energy bills every month. You're basically paying yourself. And this month only, they added a little bit to the pot to sweeten it. Universal Windows Direct is giving you an extra $500 off your home improvement project just until the end of March, which is upon us. You got about, 11, 12 days left of March. So don't wait. Universal Windows exclusive Super Spacer Tech keeps the edge of the glass warmer, eliminates drafts, and improves energy efficiency to keep your home comfortable while eliminating cooling costs. So don't wait. Take advantage of this limited tax time sale before it's gone. Buy 2, get 2, 6 years, no interest, and $500 off your project. Only in March. So call 314-334-2522 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com and schedule your free in-home estimate. And like me, you will be saying, I love my windows. Daddy wasn't ready.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and what a day in which this has been already.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, joined by Hailstorm.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. It's great to see you guys.
Our invisible third member. Yes,
Hey,
yes,
how
yes.
you doing?
We're the hail half of Hailstorm.
I have to tell you this, and I know you don't remember this because it's been years and years and years, and I don't even remember how many years at this point. But the very first time that you came through the point, you were on my when I was doing mornings at that time.
Yes,
And it really seems like a decade ago, and it might have been.
It might have been. I don't know. Time is very elastic right now.
Absolutely.
It's like it went by like that fast, but it feels like a different lifetime.
It was probably 2009. It was probably the first album cycle.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And we were in the parking lot. And
Absolutely so. Absolutely so. Boy, things have changed mightily.
Yes.
New record is out. All
It
right,
is.
we're playing the steeple right now, which is
thank you guys for
fantastic.
spinning it. Yeah.
But one of the things that I absolutely love about when a band has something new, I'm always amazed when I go see a band right after they have something new, and the guy next to me somehow already knows every freaking word to every. Like, dude, I've listened to this album twice. I don't know how you can, but like. How
Steel Trap, man.
Right? How quickly, when you've got a new record out like you do you start to see non-radio singles getting yelled back at you?
It's pretty incredible. Not only the record wasn't even out a couple days, and we went out on tour, and it was like from the first day, people are singing songs that like I'm having trouble remembering.
It's funny. I was just saying, we don't remember all the lyrics,
and not only that, but there are so many people that have gotten tattoos of the lines of the songs, and I'm like, the album just came out, dude. It's crazy. So
how do you know for sure it's not going to suck? Sure you want to get that tattooed on you? Like,
sure you want that?
It's like, oh, don't worry, I'll just write sucks underneath if I don't like it. I see how it is.
You have the ability to add on, I guess.
Good people in bad circumstances, instead of just selling you a car, the Auto Loan Pro is going to help you get your life and your credit back on track with a professionally guided approach to getting approved. Listen, anybody could sell you a car. It takes a professional to do it right. At the Auto Loan Pro, he's going to help you guide. He's going to guide you through every step with a customized game plan to maximize your qualification chances and secure you the best rates. So making a big purchase with finance, it's complicated, especially if you've had that hiccup with your financial situation. Auto Loan Pro is going to help you get back on track. He works with over 50 lenders to get you the very best financing. I can tell you for a fact, he's going to work his ass off to get you the best rate possible. If you're financing a car, there's one thing to know. Choose the Auto Loan Pro. Go to autoloanpro.com. That's autoloanpro.com. And download the playbook to success. It's going to help you figure out your credit situation, why it's that way, and let's get you out of that tailspin. Autoloanpro.com, autoloanpro.com.
Oh, let's do it now.
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now. Okay, so wait, and Columbus, I don't think you have a clue how bad this this gun hurts. Would you like an example? Would you like to try? Would you put your butt on the line and?
You guys can shoot me.
Yeah. Have Scott. How about you shoot Clonvis first?
Can I take one
shot in the
Can I
tush.
take one of his shots and give him 4? Was that
What?
fine?
No.
Oh, that's happened.
I'd like to. I mean, just as a gesture.
I mean,
of
that's a pretty.
goodwill.
That's a pretty amazing friend right there.
In tribute?
Or I'll take one and I'll still shoot him 5 times.
I had 4 last week, and I'll tell you, it was excruciating.
I'm interested to see if it's as bad as you guys say, or if you're hamming it up. So I'm willing to take a shot.
Yeah. Okay. I would love for you to take a shot to see if we're hamming it up.
Fine. You know what? He'll take one of your shots.
You're amazing.
Shoot me.
All right, good.
Holy smokes.
He's going to take one of your shots. Wow, I'm such a pushover today.
Thank you.
All right, let's do it.
It's because I'm in a good mood.
Okay.
So do you get to, who's going to shoot me?
Scott will shoot you first.
Okay.
Okay.
It's only fair. Respect.
I gotta take my butt out?
Yeah, now put it up against the, go up against the wall there. Just your undies.
See if
He's
his
got a
cheeks
lot of
have
gear.
rosy red marks on them.
Clive's got a lot of gear. He's got take off.
Oh, sorry.
All right, here we go. Let me see what kind of undies Clive is wearing.
All right. What kind of undies?
The good kind?
HVAC.com, ANTONSHVAC.com. This is who we have in our home and have ever since we had them in to do an energy audit. Now, Anton's plumbing, heating, cooling, and energy experts, they do it all. And we trust them with all of our systems because after that energy audit, our house felt so much better. Now, it was an aging home, it still is an aging home. It's the... it's 40-something years old, and we had hot spots and cold spots and just a really inefficient sort of vibe. And Anton's was able to fix that immediately. Since then, we've had new systems put in, some fixes, and we're on the maintenance plan because preventative maintenance is what saves us a ton of money and a ton of trouble. And it's springtime. Let Anton's get in there and check your systems. Make sure that you are prepared for the next season or two that we're going to be dealing with here. And again, preventative maintenance, hugely important and saves you so much time and money in the long run. Anton's HVAC.com. Book your services now at ANTONSHVAC.com.
How are you, everybody? Donnie Fandango, and I am very lucky, and I know I'm nervous because my hands are sweating like crazy. I got Pete and Sam from Chevelle. Gentlemen, welcome back. It's really great to see you.
Hey, it's good to be seen. Good to be here, Donnie.
Well, and it feels like there was a number of years where we were running into each other a couple of times a year, but now it's been, I would say, probably 3 years, and it feels like forever, but you're back with great new music, guys. Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, it does feel like forever.
So let me ask you, the break between records was the longest of your career. I'm sure you're going to get this question 6 billion times and have already, but it was a long break. What was going on during that time? Was it just a record that took a little while longer to make?
Yeah, we were doing records almost every 2.5 years, roughly. Yeah. And I think I hit a wall and I just needed a little more time. I think I kind of we don't learn very quickly. We learn by mistakes mostly. So we decided, hey, let's add another year. Well, that year turned into an extra year, and because of COVID and all that. So we wrote a ton of music, and then in 2019 we went back to the drawing board and wrote another 6 songs because plus we did a long tour in 2019 too. Yeah, we had from writing. A good opportunity that came up that we didn't want to pass up, and then so we kind of had a a collective thing where we came together and say, hey, I don't think half of these are good enough. So our producer pushed us and we came out. So anyway, I wrote Self-Destructor at the end of 2019 and a host of other songs. And we needed to record those in March of 2020. That was right when COVID was kind of hitting, right? I guess everybody has their own time frame of that. But for us, we were in LA and it was March 5th. And it was really starting to crack down in LA. And we finished the album up and then skedaddled back home March 18th. So yeah, then it turned into, we were like, okay, so when do we put the record out? Let's hold for a
South County Urological, 314-843-8000, southcountyurological.com. That's where I went for my vasectomy. Hundreds of Rizzo listeners have gone to South County Urological for their vasectomies. It is busy over there. March, usually the busiest time of year for South County Urological when it comes to the vasectomies. And it makes sense. The guys get the snip done on a Friday. The rest over the weekend, they ice themselves down. No heavy lifting, no mowing the lawn. Just sit back, relax, watch college basketball. Friday relax, Saturday relax, Sunday relax, and you're back to work on Monday. Quick procedure. My insurance covered it. Again, going on a Friday for the procedure. You rest over the weekend, you're back to work on Monday. How painful is recovery for me? Minor swelling, maybe discomfort for about a week. The big question is, will my sex life be affected? For me, no change in interest level or ability to do anything. Just no more kids. South County Urological, also for kidney stone treatment and prostate health. 314-843-8000, southcountyurological.com.
What's going on? It's Liv, and I am joined right now by a hailstorm. It is Point Fest 2022. So stoked to have you guys here, back from the dead, back here in St. Louis.
Absolutely. Yes, she said it.
Round two.
Literally
Round
back
two.
from the
Roll
dead.
credits.
Yes. The only storm today is going to be hailstorm.
Yes. Oh my
and
gosh.
we guarantee it.
Yes. Now, what I wanted to bust out, why I have my iPad here, is I've been a fan of yours for a while. And I kind of talked about this a little bit with the struts, kind of watching your style change over the years.
Oh, boy.
And that's something I've definitely noticed with you guys. The first time I ever saw you was in 2011. And I don't know if the camera will be able to pick this up too much, but I got Lizzie here.
Oh, yes. This is
wearing a white corset, like an American flag bra.
American flag bra that I sewed myself. Thank you very much.
And then think like
polka
Hot
dot.
Topic skirt, fishnets.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see this, but I'm, yes.
Hot Topic was so hot back
This
then.
was, what is it, 2011? Yeah, 2010 and 2011 were, I feel like I couldn't decide.
Okay.
So I just wore everything. Like, do I want a corset? Do I want boots? Do I want leggings?
Yes.
Do I want a
all of
skirt?
it.
Do I want to wear my bra on the outside? Absolutely. Yes.
Incredible. So, like, you know, being able to watch you guys change, and RJ, I have some pictures of you. You had like long
I look the
purple
same, right?
hair.
Yeah, I'm totally the same.
Totally the same. So, as you guys, you know, grow as a band, like,
March hoops means brackets, it means beer, and it means big time action only at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Rafe, the tournament is here.
It is here.
Grab your bracket, catch every minute with Hot Shots, enjoy slam dunk specials like large pizzas, domestic beers for just $20, or hit a buzzer beater. Hit a buzzer beater with any two appetizers plus a domestic pitcher for only $25.
Yeah, you can sip on $5 Nutri-Cans and $5 Skimmers all tournament long, plus support Wonderland Camp to buy an official Wonderland Camp basketball right here at any Hot Shots location in St. Louis all month long as we slam dunk for a good cause. March Hoops is better at Hot Shots, so come grab yourself a seat, find your location, and don't miss out on the action at hotshotsnet.com.
And there's a Hot Shots nearby, wherever you are. Wherever you are in the St. Louis metro area, there's a Hot Shots nearby. So think March Hoops. Think March Hoops at Hot Shots and get that basketball for the Wonderland Camp. Hotshotsnet.com, hotshotsnet.com.
Well, here we are at the Chaffetz Arena, gigantic show tonight with the Killers, joined by Brandon and Ronnie. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Yeah. I love the album. Wonderful, Wonderful is out now. It is it's such a great record. I think very much worth the wait. I want to know first things first about Jackknife Lee, that produced this record for you. I know there were a couple of other guys as well that did a track, but I want to know about a producer and what his role is with you guys and how you know he's the right one to work with you guys on something like this.
Well, it's different. I mean, every producer is a very, it's a very, that word casts a very large net.
Mm-hmm.
They can be, there are some people that just get in a room and sit Indian style and give you vibe. And some people that, the other end of the spectrum is actually, they play with you and they're like a fifth member of the band. Jackknife was kind of everything.
He sat Indian style and he played.
He was everything.
Yeah, he definitely took the holistic approach.
Yeah, but I'm always very interested when, because that's a big thing to let somebody in. I mean, that's the innermost circle of the band. So there has to be a lot of trust that develops over probably a short period of time in order for that to happen.
Yeah, you have to go with your gut, and you meet. We met with a lot of different people, and we've met a lot of people along the way. And it was just instantly, we were drawn towards him and felt comfortable around him, so it made it easy.
Very good. I'm always amazed when great songs like Run for Cover, I hear and read stories about how it's been around for a number of years. Do you keep everything around with the hopes that maybe one day it turns into something? Or are there those that eventually you go, you know what? I think this one's been around for a while. Like, how do you know that there's something there to keep it around?
We haven't. It's rare for us. It's this one in particular. Just my brother kept emailing me.
Yeah.
And that was kept it in my mind, and because he's a fan of this song, and so I think without that, I don't know. Without that prodding from him, I don't think I would have, brought it back and pursued it the way that we did. But yeah, we don't have any more laying around that are that good. That have been around that long.
I always wondered because, some bands will say that once they write it for whatever that session is, it's gone. You know what I mean? That they just leave it and move on and don't want to kind of revisit. So it's very fascinating to me when you find those little gems there that ended up turning into great things later on. I wanted to ask you about your opener tonight, Alex Cameron.
Yeah.
I just... And please don't think badly of me on this one, but I just heard his solo music for the first time last week. His record label played it for me. I was completely blown away. He's co-written some songs on this record with you. How did you guys get to know Alex?
His first record is called Jumping the Shark. So he's out there right now showing people the second one, which is called Forced Witness. But we had heard a couple of tracks from Jumping the Shark, and we're just in love with it. And reached out to him just to tell him that I appreciated what he was doing, and we just became friends.
And then just from there, you see him in Australia, then how does that...
He's been over here for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we hooked up. He came to Las Vegas, and we did some writing for his new record and for our new record.
Outstanding. I had the opportunity to see you guys. It's my second time seeing you in the course of about a few months because I saw you the first weekend of ACL.
Oh.
I thought your Tom Petty covers were absolutely phenomenal. Like just were perfect amongst that night. When you were covering somebody like that obviously I would assume you have a great deal of respect for, that has this unbelievable catalog of great material, how do you narrow it down? You know what I mean? I think you guys did American Girl, and I think you did...
Basketball is here, and nothing beats the madness. So grab your phone and your dancing shoes because it's time to make entries on March College Basketball with Underdog. Everything gets underway tomorrow, so here's how it works. Just pick whether a player will go higher or lower on their stats, points, assists, rebounds, you name it, and you don't need a big bankroll to play. You can start with as little as $1, and if you get everything right, you could turn that dollar into $1,000. And they've got all your favorite leagues and teams and stars to choose from. Great entries with all basketball selections or mix and match across other sports. Millions of fans have already won big on Underdog. And with over 100,000 five-star reviews, you know Underdog is the real deal. So download that Underdog app today and start using the promo code Riz to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up with promo code Riz. Claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus credits instantly upon first deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern what you play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24% Hope line at 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That is it for us. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If you missed anything, there's the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring, also the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's podcast. And Scott, what is today's podcast title?
Tom Green does not eat random sausage.
All right.
on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott. All right, Lauren, what else?
You know what? If you just want some feel-good content, the St. Louis Zoo posted a video yesterday of Jet, the baby elephant, running around, and it's really good stuff. So follow the St. Louis Zoo.
All right.
And be good, St. Louis.
Thank you. Rafe.
No notes.
Scott.
If you are missing the eagle that passed away, you can follow King Scott Rules because I'm now living in a tree. So it's kind of the same thing.
That is
kind of
so
bird.
cool.
Wonderful. Yeah. All right, we leave you with a selection from our Teamers member today, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. From St. Louis, Nathan Bailey is our Teamer. And Nathan wants to hear this song. Here it is. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Skippity-doo.
Rizzuto.
It's Donnie Fandango for 105.7 The Point, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by Dan Auerbach, the frontman of the Black Keys. And Dan, we got a lot of stuff to talk about with a single and a new record coming, but I wanted to bring up a couple of things first that you have done in the last year that I just loved. And two of the things specifically, the covers record that the Black Keys did, I just adored because it introduced me to a bunch of songs that I didn't know, and I loved that. And then also, too, I know you produced the Robert Finley record, and I loved that one, too. I didn't know anything about that man until, I saw that you had worked with him. So I just kind of wanted to start things off by saying, man, I really appreciated both of those projects that you were obviously very deeply involved in.
Oh, man, thank you so much. That's great to hear. I mean, Robert Finley's the real